Oh. What do we got going on in here today? I have a new stream co-host. Her name is Tulsi Gabbard. Descriptively or prescriptively? True. True. Could you please only do SLOP snugger drama for like 1 hour a day from now so it doesn't become the whole stream? Yeah, I'm trying to balance it out because I know people like you get ass paid when I have to talk about this shit, so I just don't stream for 6 hours, then I'll come here and do a 2-hour stream and then... But thanks, buddy. Wow, Jack, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Do you think Connor's on the Snark Discord? No. Kino movie reference.
We almost had Castro with us, then we tried to whack him. Everybody's flipping sides all the time. It's fun and games, man, fun and games.
What the mob, Dave? How do they fit
That's got to be a wig, right?
in this?
The agency too, man. CIA and the mafia working together, trying to whack out the beard, mutual interest. They've been doing it for years. There's more to this than you could dream.
Is it just me or was Connor using descriptive and prescriptive in the most retarded manner? Yeah, but it's there's just like at some point. I've said this before, and I've given this interpersonal advice, or I've given this as like interpersonal advice, that you shouldn't spend time like fighting for neutral. Like it's like a waste of energy. Like I think if you have like a relationship and you're like fighting just to bring it to like normal or neutral, you're better spent just like investing time in better relationships. I think that's like the direction I'm going. So.
Do you feel like you're fighting to just bring it to neutral with Connor?
Every day with you. Oh, with Connor?
Oh.
No, yeah, like. It's so disgusting that I have to use him as an example because he's the only person I can think of. But like if somebody is talking shit about me or saying something about me, like I think Myron will very like clearly just state the position and then like that's it. And it's just like I don't have to message him and beg like, hey, you know, all these people are doing this and they're infiltrating, blah, blah. Like, I don't have to like get on my hands and knees and beg and scream and act like a pathetic loser. Whereas like for these other people, yeah, like especially people that I feel like I've helped so much. Oh, great. Thank you for the 10 tier 1 subs. It's just kind of silly. Yeah, the dynamic is just really... I think I got a little bit mind-fucked.
Can you go into a little bit of an example of that? Because I don't think most people are understanding what you're saying, I guess. With the Myron example specifically. What do you mean you have to get on the hands and knees and beg for other people, but Myron would state the position?
As in, let's say that I was hanging out with 7 friends, and let's say every single day we hung out, like 3 of these guys were trading jokes. Like I was hanging out with them, and 3 of these guys were trading jokes about how much of a loser fucking retard you were. You're just a fucking retarded loser piece of shit, constantly, always. And then we'll go out to like broader groups of friends, and they're making those same jokes.
Yeah.
Like if you were to, I don't even know how you would confront me on that because I'm not making the jokes, but I think you would probably feel like a little, maybe not like a tinge of disappointment. You're like, damn, like my boy's just kind of like sitting there and these guys are just going off,
just ragging on him
and not doing fuck all. I don't know,
Okay,
like that
yeah.
just, I don't know. It's just a little crazy to me, I guess.
But Myron would be there and he would be like, hey, like, I think this.
I think
This
you.
is
I
the
think. I think you would say something like that. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Yeah. Connor used descriptive and prescriptive to talk about shit that is literally just mask on and mask off. Yeah. No. The descriptive and prescriptive thing was just fucking retarded. That was just stupid. Like. Arguably, you could just say doxes are fine because it's just descriptive. You're just describing where somebody lives. Like it's not even worth engaging. That's not a serious argument. You shouldn't even engage with that. If somebody, that's just like a thing that's like, okay, let me know when you're over whatever mood thing you're in right now because this is the most retarded thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Is this just supposed to be a convoluted conspiracy meme? Is that why this was linked? All the snarkers posting on Twitter, Teeny, Tiny, Tony, subs, etc., are all clipping the Connor stuff to Widget. I mean, I put a subreddit post to describe like kind of how the battlefields are laid out right now. So like Connor is a victory for them because Connor didn't bow down to my evil, oppressive pressure. So Connor will continue to spiral off in that direction. That community will be infiltrated, flipped, and then that's just going to be what there are. So then the next battlegrounds are, I don't know, places like, I guess, Whick's community are going to be the next place where they try to stake their claim in. And then using retards like Connor or maybe Pisco to kind of, further their narrative. The more of like the tier 2 believers that you can attract, like the stronger your movement is, because you get people that are genuinely bought into this idea or concept, and you don't have to like mindfuck them or lie to them or anything else. I'll write this all up in a couple weeks, but for some of the people that I've been really mean to in conversations that I've had, they weren't lying about things that I was pressing them really hard on. They're actual believers that weren't in that snark server who are useful idiots who are being fed lies. Like, this is why for some of these people, instead I'm trying to press on the like, why are you defending this place? Why would you defend this place? Why are you defending it? Because they're not actually even part of that, but they've been fed stories about it and then they believe it, but it's by like the same group of people, the Ryle Kittenhouse, Gisticle, Queement, like these guys who are like intentional kind of like operators in this space. It was fucking weird when Connor started to switch up and started saying snark storylines like the Anavoir stuff. Some of this, I'm just like, I've kind of mindfucked myself and my community a little bit too hard. I've said this a lot. I complain about this a lot, but there haven't been like other dramas to like do any of this stuff on. Wow, that's Second Black Guy. Thank you for the 10 gifted tier 1 subs. There's just been stuff that I've let fly for too long that I should have just taken a stronger position on instead of trying to have some level of humility or whatever bullshit on. If you want to talk about the Anavoir situation, the absolute worst thing you could say about it was that it was like publicly messy. That was her fault the entire fucking time. I'm sorry. We talked for a year longer online. We had a single hookup, and then she fucking went into a self-destructive spiral that apparently was caused by her having OCD, which I didn't really learn about or I guess even believe her much on until like a year into that. But I'm sorry. This is a 30-plus-year-old woman who is a master's student who is now currently a clinical psychologist who has patients and everything and knew way more about any of this shit than I do. And the idea that this was somehow like me being abusive or whatever towards someone, this is fucking retarded. And then like, but there are just so many little side storylines that for me to go through these, like these guys have been workshopping like all of these little lies for years, and then they've kind of just gone unanswered. Also largely because I just do politics stuff now. It's like, I'm not going to sit here and relitigate, this fucking crazy 35-year-old woman who, has unmedicated OCD who decided that she wanted to become an e-celeb off of hooking up with me one time. Like, I don't know what I just don't want to talk about it. It's not, who the fuck cares? But like when they go back to this story over and over again, and it's like, in a world where people are getting accused of like rape and all this other crazy shit, whatever influencers are fucking doing, like this is what you're gonna hang your hat on, that I'm a super abuser because of Anavoir, who was pursuing me at every single step of the way, and who was like online screeching about me, harassing me for like a year, who like I don't know what the actual solution to any of this was, because she was like also a conduit for the Kiwi farmers and everything. Like fuck off, fuck out of here with that shit. If you want to have criticism of me, this is one of the things I stress in that argument. If you want to criticize me and say like, oh, you didn't handle it perfectly, whatever, sure, fine, whatever. Or even that like there were things that I could have done better, or whatever, however far you want to go down that road, that's fine. But as soon as you start getting to like, this is like some malicious targeting, you've lost the fucking plot, and you're fucked. And then we've seen with people like fucking ABBA, none of these people are clean. None of these people don't have skeletons in their closet. A lot of these people are up to some weird fuck shit. They're just not honest about it. They're not public about it. And then it gets leaked and it destroys their career. So fuck them.
Do you want moderation to be a bit more heavy-handed in DGG around kind of like joking about that kind of stuff?
I've been moderating
like Destiny's into BPD, blah, 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 blah.
I've moderated that a lot over the past year. I think most people know not to make those jokes anymore, but these are still like very, very, very pervasive narratives that carry on in other communities. And I have no control over that because these people workshop them constantly. But like,
there are still jokes being made about you liking BPD girls, but
oh yeah, I mean I try to moderate them, yeah. But in the other communities, it's not a joke. Yeah, like they think I'm like hardcore, like hunting these women down, which is funny because they oftentimes are, right? Like Justigal did, literally. But for Connor to throw, what was that sentence? Connor threw like Cherry and Lav and Anna into the same bucket as like fucking like Lauren Southern and Melina.
Yeah,
and I'm like, what the fuck? Weird. What do you even talk? You've lost the plot, my dude. Like, none of like Lauren and Melina are not crazy, mentally ill people. That was insane. What are you even talking about? Like it's just such a crazy, yeah. But it's because he's been mentally raped. But also, when you've been mentally raped, you don't want to acknowledge it. So you want to feel like, oh no, these are genuinely my thoughts, and I really have all these thoughts on my own, and I just happen to be repeating the same slurs that are showing up in all these other communities that I have nothing to do with by chance. DGG, it's LOL. It's just like so cringe, yeah.
That was a crazy one. Apparently one of his quotes was, Steven has used money, power, clout, and influence in order to routinely engage in promiscuous behavior with mentally ill women, I believe that.
Yeah.
So I was having a comment with Connor earlier. I felt like it was a really good one. I don't know if you're going to watch it, whatever. But when he started talking to Dooby, it just like there was like a fucking switch that seemed flipped in his mind of where it seemed like he came a little bit less like mask on and kind of just went all out. And I very much feel like Connor has had Queeman, J-Stock, or maybe others, maybe probably Dooby in the background, just like absolutely like raping his mind on you specifically.
Yeah, but it's annoying because like if I call it out, no, I'm sorry, I will call it out. I will call it out. I've humbled myself way too much. I should just be way more like all these people are way too entitled. But in the past, when I would call it out, it seems like narrative control, like he's trying to pump people full of information. Like that thing that Chud Logic said, that's a belief that every single one of these people perpetuate, that I'm like pumping all of these people full of like malicious narratives. It's just not true. But it's just hard to communicate this to, because you remember that like the discussion I had with the soy pill?
Yep.
Where he's like, well, I think these people bring up good points. And it's like, they're literally doing the thing. Like, Kilo...
These are workshop points. Yeah.
Kilo is literally pumping you full of quotes and shit from, like, Justigal and all these keywords and everything else. And you're just like, maybe... And it's like, what am I even supposed to say, you know? Jesus. But I don't think he's a bad faith actor. I don't think Soypill is like an evil guy. I don't think he's doing anything malicious. Yeah. I think sometimes people, it's hard to see. One, because I am the larger content creator, so I'm kind of at the top of a lot of these like systems, and then I do politics. I've been on the internet for a long time. I know how all of these weirdo fucking systems work. For these people that are just kind of like cogs in the machine, that sounds mean, but they don't like see the whole thing. So they're like, well, you know, if a guy's saying like some crazy shit, like it's not like I believe it. I'm not like a retard. Like I'm not a horrible person and whatever. So it's hard for them to individually want to move on any of it. So.
Yeah, dealing with like lies is nigh impossible, because now you have people in the background spreading these things, then other content creators hear it, then they go with it, then their community hears it, and then they continue it on. It's like you're playing whack-a-mole, and you only have fucking one mallet, and there's 10 moles popping up at a time. That's what it feels like right now.
Kind of, yeah, because it's none of this is organic, right?
No,
it's all like very like if this was organic, then like you deal with it like an ordinary organic thing. But when it's like being propagated like so deliberately and intentionally behind the scenes,
a concerted effort, it is a monumental task to deal with.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, or impossible to deal with without having like your own thing. Like you have to have like your own bullshit infrastructure for spreading lies.
We would have to get our own fucking autism squad to be out there donating to fucking Pisco and everybody and being like, hey, like, you know, this thing happened over here. It just becomes really, really, really retarded.
Yeah.
I guess this will bring me to another question of how do you feel about communities like the Melting Pot? When you went in there earlier, there was just somebody screaming you fucking down to where you couldn't even get a word in, and it seemed like you just fucking left. Does this not seem like kind of the communities that you're trying not to be like involved in, etc.?
So here's the reason why I don't mind those things as much is because like I don't mind it if a place is like honest about what it is. Like if somebody was to come and be like, well, I heard this in the melting pot, people are like, all right, let's go. We got some fucking juicy drama or whatever. Like that's it, right? As
You
opposed to
understand
like,
what's going on, yeah.
yeah, it's the melting pot. This is a crazy server, right? As opposed to like, you know, well, on Whick's server where they moderate and on Connor's server where they moderate and in Pisco's chat that's heavily moderated, they all say that you like to rape kids. It's like, okay, well, Jesus Christ.
So yeah,
It's like,
it's like I know the melting pot is a shithole.
Sure.
Shithole shit's gonna happen there, so it's very simple. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Not to necessarily, I mean, like, I don't think I'm gonna spend a lot of time there or anything, but I'm just saying that like it's the people who are having people who aren't understanding exactly what's happening is the thing that's driving me crazy. Like, you know, like I made this comparison like 15 years ago. Somebody's like, I get all my news from Fox News. I listen to Rush Limbaugh. It's like, okay, fine. That same person today is going to be on Twitter on their feed, and they're thinking they're getting a balanced diet of news and information. You know, at least in the past, people kind of knew, even if they were lying to themselves, that they're getting all their news from one place, and they know that that's going to be biasing them a bit. But today people are kind of like bullshitting themselves. Like in the past, you know, my mom and dad were super biased. They listened to Michael Savage and Rush Limbaugh and Sean Hannity, but I listen to more like, you know, moderate figures today like Joe Rogan. And it's like, Jesus, fuck. Like, fuck me, you know?
Yeah.
Like the people that listen to Space, or no, not Space Ghost, fuck. The Coast to Coast.
Coast to Coast.
Well, there was an AM show with George Norrie, Coast to Coast AM or whatever.
Oh.
Actually, I guess I don't know if the people
Coast to
listening to
Coast
that.
AM, yeah.
I would listen to that because on night shift sometimes when I'm driving to or from work. But like that's the UFO late night AM, Art Bell and George Norrie. Yeah, but like people watch Alex Jones, they believe that shit. That's some real shit, you know. And he's like talking to the president of the United States. So it's like, yeah, it's a lot different, you know.
Well, I think we're in a weird spot of like, you can't really have places where people believe and say crazy shit because you're just going to get people who come in and join the community who actually believe it. So I don't know. Like, it's hard to watch something objectively and make fun of it and not, I think, fall into it eventually.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, like, for there's stuff like that you can do. You can moderate it. You just have to be mindful of it. So, like, I think there was a thing where, like, I would make fun of conservatives being obsessed with trans people all the time, and I think I was constantly spamming like girl cock, right?
Yeah,
because it's just crazy. But then it got to the point to where like every single time trans people were right on stream, people were like spamming girl cock.
Typing gawk.
Yeah, or gawk. Yeah, and I'm like, okay, this is. I think this is getting kind of weird. But then we can stop it. But that's like very easy to see and correct.
Yeah,
it's a lot different when it's inorganic. When it's like there's like a group of people behind the scenes who are like, we're gonna go into every single server and we're gonna constantly ask on these other accounts, are traps gay over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Like it's a different thing because you can't fight against it in the same way because it's inorganic, you know.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
I need to know, are you and Whick good for a little close? But it seemed like you made an agreement. I don't know. I haven't looked at that place yet. But like I said, I'm hoping, or not hoping, but like once this court case is done, I can shed these people a little bit more because the burden of talking about other shit shifts to them a little bit, which I think a lot of public people will just ignore. So that I can shed a lot of the space. Yeah. Yeah. Saw the debate with R and R. What was R and R? I don't get why Connor trusted Dooby over Destiny. Well, the way that these guys work is they always try not to be like directly involved in the thing that their like psycho weirdos are pushing. And Connor is a little bit brain broken over the whole like, I need to see exact proof of Dooby doxing somebody or calling for somebody's dox. And it's stupid because it's like, what, he's never going to do that. Why would he doesn't have to do that. Like why would he do that when he has a community that essentially does this on his behalf to his enemies? All he has to do is go out and make the arguments for a thing without calling for the thing itself. This is like Jordan Peterson 101, you know? Like women and men don't get along in the workplace. More sexual harassment is happening than ever before. This might be doing, completely irreversible damage to society. And it's like, damn, this guy's saying that like women shouldn't be working in the workplace anymore. I actually never said that. I never actually made that statement. I didn't say that at all. I didn't actually say that thing at all. Actually, show me where I said that. Actually, show me. And that's not fair to say. And it's like, okay, well, fuck me, I guess. That's what everybody's understanding it to be, you know? He literally admitted Queeman or one of them would do it on an alt while demanding evidence. It's kind of funny. The problem is also I didn't know much about these communities until I think a few months ago. because a lot of this went like way more schizo deep than I thought initially. I was like, I'm sure there's like a side Discord because there's always been like splinter Discords where like people will talk shit, you know. But like to this level of coordination, and then seeing it connect all the way up to Hassan is like also a little bit fucking annoying. And then knowing that you have all these side players like Denims and Casey Tron and everything else, and then knowing Hassan can just like ring up Dan Clancy to, you know, it's kind of a lot, but. Y'all are taking a bad position by arguing strictly about the doxing stuff when talking to people who are merely in the server and not doxing. Challenge them for their lack of discernment instead. I mean, that's kind of come up. This would be a thing where you would know, like if you were being honest, but like people get into debate brain mode and then they let the other people escape that by saying, well, you know, what was Digger saying over there? I'm responsible for my own behavior and that's it. I didn't see anything else going on there. I didn't see that at all. Or if I laughed about it, I thought they were joking. And it's like, what are you going to do, you know? Can you please fight these assholes every day when they say all they're doing are criticism, when they're directly involved in your case and in contact with doin? You're like, oh yeah, fuck, I don't know if I want to...
That was another thing that kept coming up where I kept saying like, well, they're all in the same servers. There are people in there feeding stuff to Doe and their lawyers or whatever. And he's like, well, where's the proof? Where's the proof? Where's the proof? But it's like...
Part of that is funny because I literally don't have it because
is in it.
Well, yeah, and also I don't get it in Discovery. Joan is conspiring to hide it from me. What am I supposed to do unless I get like a criminal subpoena? I don't even know what the fuck the criminal shit would even be.
Yeah, I mean the totality of the circumstances, like these people are all in the same fucking servers. You have the Saba guy literally harassing fucking Rose and shit. Like
yeah, and then you also have point, like it goes back to that adult and child thing as well, where like I'm treated like an adult. I have to be doing like these proactive steps to make sure that I'm not throwing my weight around too much, to make sure that I'm not wielding my influence in an undue manner, to make sure that I'm being considerate, that if I post somebody's docs, then other people could do crazy things with it, blah, blah, blah. But then all of these people are treated like retarded children. And it's like, well, I'm just saying that if somebody wanted to dox and go after Destiny's entire family, I mean, like that, I mean, they could justify it with Destiny, blah, 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 blah. But there's never, like, notice Connor didn't have a single thing to say, and probably hasn't in his entire fucking life, had a single thing to say, or at least I didn't hear it, to constrain Dooby in his behavior. Did you ever hear that? Did you ever hear Connor say like, damn, Dooby, I feel like you guys should like calm the fuck down? The only time that ever came out was when it was both sides. And Dooby was doing it too. Well, I just think we should all calm the fuck down. But I never heard Connor be like, hey, bro, like, you should like chill. What the fuck is wrong with you guys? Like, don't you guys need to like
I brought
chill?
up in our convo
maybe he did with
Dooby.
You,
I brought up in our convo the Dooby being on Whick server for like fucking 6 hours and just constantly talking shit about you and the 51 upvotes or whatever. And it seemed like a little bit there. He was like, okay, that's something I'm gonna have to look into or something like that. But yeah, I would say that he never like full out came out that I can remember him condemning like Dooby, like, yeah, you know, it is actually weird that he sits around for fucking 6 hours a day and like does all this. Yeah, I don't want that in my community.
Sure. I feel like you need to show with 100% certainty that they initiated this conflict, they started a dox and SWAT and fuck with you and people around you, and only then did you... Yeah, but the issue is that, like, for a lot of these people that make arguments that, like, well, the stuff they did wasn't even that bad. Like, the way that people characterize the Saba stuff, I think in this audio... I don't want to listen to this whole thing, it takes a while. I think Dooby says something like, him contacting Rose and telling her that he knows where her child porn is and helping her remove it off the internet. I think, like, all of that was okay. But I think maybe he went a little bit far with like the multi-email stuff. And like a sane person would say, like, you reaching out to this person, period, is sociopathic. Like, this person might fucking kill themselves if they're starting to get random emails from people saying that they know we're like illicit material to them. Like,
that makes it feel like it's everywhere.
Yeah,
like,
not to mention you have no idea what their disengagement process. I don't even know what their disengagement process is. It might have been that they managed to get out of that situation without their parents having any fucking idea. Maybe nobody in their life actually figured out what happened, or nobody knew.
And this person was emailing their parents and shit, right?
Yeah. Like, that person could kill themselves, insane. Right? And that's not even a stretch. That's not even close to a stretch,
no,
right?
It's not. People kill themselves or less.
Yeah. But like, that person is just treated like a child, and every single person around them seeing them do that and kind of basically just like watching it or encouraging it or laughing about it, all of them are treated like children. And then Connor has nothing to say about any of those people, except maybe Connor will say like, that one specific thing that Saba did was bad, but then nothing to say for anybody else. And it's like, seriously? That's just hold on, I think. And then Dooby always phrases this.
Farm said,
what was this? I think this was him in Whick server sometime. Bro, I probably, I don't know if I'll post it. I don't know if I'll ever go through. I've had so many, like dozens of these VCs that people will send me like, hey, I just recorded like 7 hours in Gisticles where they're arguing about you and Lav and Mr. Girl, or 6 hours. So many of these conversations. This was him, I think, in Whick server.
to attack me.
That response to that?
Yeah, it's literally just because I criticized for criticizing him. Like you said, oh well, if you're gonna be on the internet talking shit, there's a level at which we need it's justified to like have you be a known person or like de-mask you or whatever the fuck. Like, what's the line? Because
there's another reason why it would be nicer to just move into like real politics more too, because like nobody would act like this because their names are tied to everything. Like here's the thing as well. Like I'm sorry, but if you having your name attached to your behavior would significantly change the way you would behave, you're probably doing some fuck shit. Like I'm sorry. Like unless we're talking about like like I'm, pro-Palestinian and I want to criticize the government and I'm worried that Trump is going to like evict me from this country and revoke my visa or whatever. Yeah, I get that. That makes sense. Why these people, like, especially going against like the government. But like, if it's all just like gossip and rumors and behaviors from server to server and all this shit, and you think that like if my real life name were to be attached to what I was doing, my life would be over, that speaks way more about your behavior than anything else.
Even then, journalists put their name on fucking
of course.
crazy
Yes.
stories.
Yeah,
and
of
shit.
course.
Like,
That's in the real world. That's what you do.
I
Of
don't understand
course.
why the commentary community feel like they can just hide behind like, I want to be an A. It's retarded.
Well, this is also like a difference, but a lot of people just don't have like this perception or whatever. For traditional commentary stuff, you're just supposed to be talking about things. Like you're just reporting on it, basically. You're not becoming like an active participant in it. Once you become an active participant, then like the relationship severely fucking changes, I think. But
I still think if you're going to be reporting on something, you should put your name on it.
Maybe. I think that's fair. Yeah. If you're making strong claims about things, sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, especially if you're going to start being an actor, it's kind of like Jesus.
he has encouraged people to dox me. What have I done that's over the line?
Actually, I did rewatch the video where you talked to him on Whick stream, and it seemed like when you got to that point where you were saying, "Why do I deserve it?" and he didn't seem to say much, like in terms of that response to that.
Yeah, it's literally just because I criticized him on the internet. Like that.
Like the fact that Dooby can get away with saying this over and 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 over again. This guy's donated almost $10,000 on the one account that I've seen, and he maxes donos out because I think on Pisco, I think that $500 dono was on a different account. This guy's donated almost $10,000 in the past 18 months across these like Twitch poll servers to call me a pedophile, to tell people that I'm evil, to do all this shit when he does this over and over again. And it's like, why does Destiny hate you so much? Just because I criticize him on the internet. Like, this is so unserious.
It even seemed like when you got to that point where you were saying, "Why do I deserve it?" and he didn't seem to say much, like in terms of that response to that.
Yeah, it's literally just because I criticized him on the internet. Like that's what it is. Like he tried to
claim-
loop me in with this like a whole like a narrative that like I'm working with Queenman and J-Stock and there's like in QE farms to attack him and take him down. It's just not true.
Like, Dooby is close friends with all these people. Like, Dooby will drag people into the Gisticle server to do VC debates. Like
it's just nonsense. He made that up and he knows he made that up.
I mean, the thing is that does he, or is he like, do you think he's not being doxxed or swatted or like none of those things that happened to him?
No, I think it's absolutely happened to him.
Oh, and then also, fuck, I don't want many more links to these because I've blocked them on Discord and Twitter too. But like, again, this is like the adult child thing. Like, no one has ever given me evidence that Dooby is obsessed with Destiny besides talking shit in Discord. Like, the infantilizing on that, like this is just so, like, there was the Anne of War thing, which, however you want to view that. From that situation, Connor's description of me is that Destiny uses his clout, money, and fame to have illicit sexual relationships with mentally ill women. And it's like, oh, what does Dooby do? The guy who is calling me a pedophile, donating thousands of dollars across blah, blah, blah. Well, I think he just talks a little bit of shit in Discord. This is fucking retarded. I'm sorry. Your mind is melted. It's like, it's over for you, buddy. It's too much.
It seemed very much like Connor was very stuck on like, people are just talking shit and you're going after them for that. But you're not doing that because they're talking shit. You're doing that because people are trying to ruin your fucking entire life.
Yeah. For years.
Yes.
And the lives of people around me.
Yes. Dan and I got doxxed, but I was barely back in the community.
I know,
man.
yeah.
I didn't do anything.
Yep.
I didn't even do anything.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I think he's been doxxed for years on Kiwi farms and on other sites because he's a controversial internet person. I don't think I've never seen any evidence that has anything to do with JSOC or Queeman or their communities at all.
Oh, and then this generalizing that maybe he's just getting doxxed and swatted because of like random unrelated stuff.
No, I think it's absolutely happened to him. But I think he's been doxxed for years on Kiwi farms and on other sites.
Oh, this is why Connor asked me that question of like, are you hateable? And I'm like, I don't know. What do you think I've done? And he's like, what about the anti-Muslim joke tweet Minecraft thing? And I'm like, really, bro? That's why Discord servers have all gotten involved in my court case?
Because he's a controversial internet person. I don't think I've never seen any evidence that has anything to do with JSOC or Queeman or their communities at all.
To be fair, I never think he.
Oh yeah, and then Connor asking me to steel man Dooby. That's just like, it's like remind me of like, can you steel man the man who raped your wife? Like that. Yeah, that's
It's
just
like
like
victim stuff.
I can't even believe that he would like. Are you fucking serious? Connor was getting DMs from Dooby. That's why he didn't say shit the whole time. Maybe, probably. It wouldn't surprise me actually. But he thinks they're out. They all think they're like smart enough to like, oh, it's okay if all these people are constantly trying to mentally twist me up the entire time. Like it's not going to affect me at all.
He even said that
he
he was being swatted because of JStalk or anything like that.
Well, no,
either.
he has said that. He said that explicitly, like multiple
all the
times.
things that are
Oh, it's like,
Also, keep in mind that all of the swatting and everything else has ramped up excessively over the past like 6 months. But like, there's no way that I can tie that to any of these guys, I guess, or just because they doxed me. None of that matters. Meanwhile, all of these guys claim that my community has been like harassing them. They keep using this line, calling their employers. Justical is a streamer. What the fuck is his employer? What are you even talking about? Like they're like the most nonsense statements in the universe. By the way, also, I don't remember if it was Wicked Supreme or Esports Batman, but in Justical Server, their suggestion was that I was swatting myself just to try to bring attention to myself. They either said that I was swatting myself or I was faking being swatted just to like get some attention or sympathy.
But why would you do that when you don't even talk about any of the times you've been swatted, really?
Well,
Like,
I've
you
started
don't
talking
really
about it a
go
lot
into it.
more. But
Yeah, which
yeah.
I think you should actually.
Yeah.
I think it is better to kind of
Oh
be
yeah,
honest about it and
no,
be like,
true,
oh, I
yeah,
got it
because
again.
back then I wasn't. I just tried to like mute my camera or whatever, or
Yeah.
he said it in a way where it's just like, well, I've been swatted and doxed for years. It's not like, okay, like what do you guys even mean?
That's actually, I don't think that's true. I think the first time I was swatted was, I think it was after
We never got swatted together.
No, it was the Trump assassination attempt. After that was the first time I've ever been swatted.
Or like you guys can't like say, try to explain to me how bad this shit is when it's been like my whole fucking
His
internet.
claim is that JSOC's community and Queenman's community are doing this themselves. That they're
Yeah,
targeting
they're-
people around him.
By the way, during the conversation today, this was just Justical and his server. Their whole server and all of these side servers are all talking about it. They're all feeding lines to Connor or to Doobie or to other people who are spamming.
People
the
were
server.
in his chats.
Yep, all
the whole time.
of these people.
I was getting
yep.
DMs about that. They
Yep.
were like, "Oh, look who's in his chat," and they're saying like you should donate to like Connor or
Oh,
whatever. Like,
no, not just
there's-
anybody. That was Maywand, our queen.
Yeah, that's one of JSOC's mods, right?
She probably is, but it was that woman who has like I think 33,000 mentions. I think of my name. Is it 33,000 mentions of my name, or is it 30,000 messages in Jiskel's chat? And then she's the one who made that whole doc. She had recorded the message to DGG. Yes, these are crazy people. Yes, these are fucking crazy people. And then also keep in mind too, there's like some, like I said, it'll be for the manifesto, but like in the very beginning, because people were mad when my court case came out, and somehow I'm like a cockroach or just managed to hang on. All of these guys were ass pained that whoever linked this damn, I don't know why the fuck you edited the timestamps out of here. I just retarded, whatever.
Retarded.
But like what Justical was saying before, and I think they were saying this as well on Kiwi Farms, was because the lawsuit didn't destroy my life. They were going to try to put together the most digestible version of facts about how I'm like a pedophile or whatever else so that they could take that digestible version of things to people like Hassan. And what do you know? What does Hassan repeat now as talking points verbatim over and over and over again? And like Discord he was just saying this shit like over and over in his fucking Discord server. It's like it's not even a probably a better plan is to collect all of the doxing / threats / malicious lies into a document, evidence plus cited, build a timeline, and then present to people like Hassan to go over. I'm not looking for clout. I just want to give them the information in an easily digestible way. This is from February. Okay? Not February 3 months ago. February 15 months ago. This is from 2025. Like, this has just been... Ooh. This one is Perry justifying his Hutch dead sister thing. Wait, what?
Oh, you didn't hear about that?
No?
People were, I think, going hard on Hutch's like dead sister.
Oh, no,
and
I heard
shit.
about that. I just didn't know
Okay.
that Perry tried to justify it afterwards.
Okay, and then
I'd not listen to all this. I'm sorry. 23 minutes? Oh, these are all VC dumps, though.
there was
That's why.
one
they're
other
not-
thing,
but-
Harry, since you're here. What was the Hutch sister thing about? I saw your apology, but I'm not sure what the origination was, what you actually had done. I'm not even
Seriously,
sure.
man, me neither. I don't know where it started, but at some point, I think there was a conversation in VC about how Hutch's sister pirated a movie, and so she deserved to die of cancer, and something like that. And I made that. I kept saying, we really need to get to the bottom of this Hutch sister situation. And everyone's like, no, that's you're unhinged. You're stalking. And I kept saying, no, we need to really get to the bottom of this. And then, and that's it. That's the whole thing.
Okay.
Oh, and then I uploaded the video, and I said I turned his sister into a desk.
Dooby's in this one
Yeah,
too?
I
Was that Dooby?
I heard that from Queeman, I think. Or
You got a
just
question?
one of them too.
Yeah. So what do they mean by brigading? Because if it's just like so Whick does.
Is that him?
Wait, yeah. What VC is this from? What VC is this Purple Perry thing from?
You know, this person versus the world or whatever sometimes. So if someone were to post one of those in like
Oh, this is from Wick's Discord.
Counterpoint server,
How is he in every
because
fucking
that community
convo?
dislikes.
Because these guys do this constantly. It's every fucking day, bro. It's relentless.
And then lots of people from that community go on and they want to argue with him or debate him. Like, would that be brigading? Like, because usually when I hear brigading, what I think is like they are
Unwanted attention.
yeah they're like joining the stream and like spamming shit or whatever, right? They're like
So
just being trolls and not like coming out to criticize or engage, but they're just like spamming.
It's just criticism. It's just engagement. I'm sorry, Connor is just so fucking retarded to like entertain that description of what's happening. These euphemisms are crazy.
Like the N-word or something.
I do think it's different because if I was to post, and I have done, like loner box streams in Discord server and saying, oh, he's talking about the Snark server or whatever.
Yeah, that's totally normal.
I know totally well, like, some people might go in and might talk shit in the chat. The problem is when it's private, you can clearly see I'm not encouraging anyone to, like, go in and talk shit. When it's private, I can't verify that. So if you have a private Discord of, like, 100 people, you could theoretically go, oh my god, Kalinda's doing this thing, let's all go in and shit talk her. And then that, like, kind of...
They all did that, by the way, to Kalinda. Somebody told me that she stopped streaming because of this. I don't know if that's true or not, but I think she showed up on my stream once or twice, and then afterwards, all of them, like Gisticle and all those weird little people from Discord, all spam joined her Discord, and then we're in her chats just, like, spamming harassment, basically, making fun of her in different ways. Not criticisms of her political positions, as they like to say
Just
over and
making
over
fun
again.
of her.
Yeah.
kind of brigading because of the encouragement of the direct engagement, I guess. That's the extra
Yeah, but
standard.
that would only be that's the case for all the privacy.
Loner talked about it as well, because Lonerbox has probably the only fucking community I think on the entire fucking part of this Twitch poll thing that is like actually active on Discord, but like actually has moderators and people that are human fucking beings and are the most cucked, spineless fucks who have no concept of what's going on. Like if you see something in Lonerbox's community, it's there because all of them like understand it, accept it, and they want it there. There's no room for these weirdo fucking losers to creep in and do all this shit, and then people like Pisco or Connor to act like clueless, retarded children about it.
You're right, you can't tell what's happening if something's private.
Yeah,
But
Sure, but then
that's not the case for-
hang on, that would still be accurately described as brigading. If there was 1,000 people, if I start my first stream ever, right, and there's 1,000 people who like really hate me, and they all post in their private Discord that is not publicly accessible.
I don't know what this is. This like autistic. This is another reason I'm so glad to fucking God fuck 1 week, 2 weeks, please God, lady. We pray for judge. We pray for the judge to be out of these spaces. This autistic haggling over like, just cut us spaghetti, just cut us. It's like the behavior is it's just fucking cringe and gross and disgusting. It's like, you can call it if you want to make up new terms for it, then make up whatever the fuck you want. But like, Jesus Christ. Okay, I don't want to listen to that. I think what is this? Another one of. I think this was also in Wick's server.
This is Dooby again.
Probably 8 minutes.
I feel.
Oh, okay, but if that's, I mean, most normal people would think it's weird to like sit on a Discord server and talk to people on the internet.
That's true. That's true, but don't think.
Just move on.
For the
But
information
that's not
police.
completely out of the topic either.
Yeah, we can go back.
When you say
I was trying to get a
that-
sanity check. I don't think
like-
your standard is same.
No, I know. Cause sorry, you're saying that people that kind of like do these kind of like doxings and all that stuff, or like a justified means and stuff like that, or that they think it's a justified means. Let's be clear here. Is like that's perfectly reasonable, fine. That's like moral, good, standard behavior. A lot of people would be like down with that or commend it and stuff like that. Maybe online, but not like to a normal person. I feel.
Oh, okay, but if that's, I mean, most normal people would think it's weird to like sit on a Discord server and talk to people on the internet.
That's true. That's true, but the doxing is a little bit in a more extreme.
And to be clear, when I say normal people, I just mean people who are like not on Discord. Like those same normal people would watch a football game and get really emotional about their fucking favorite team. I think that's weird as fuck. Like, so I think,
Oh, it's all the same.
you know, it's just people do different things. It's not.
They might be at home watching Chris Hansen. That's normal.
Yeah.
people.
That's we're all on Discord. We're all weirdos. I understand it. It's just like some.
I think
some
no. The
parts
point
of
is, I
it-
think everybody's a bit of a weirdo, just in
Yeah.
different spheres.
I never met a normal person in my life. I understand.
So back to the Destiny stuff. So the reason I brought all that up, right? is I think what Siba was trying to do, and in Siba's case, we know that Destiny shared these nudes without consent. We know there are multiple victims of this. We know this girl was involved in some way.
This is the type of chat that these people have been doing for over a year. every single day in some
Just hitting
Discord
every
server.
point?
Yes, it's all of them. I brought up some of these, but it's all the original court case arguments. It's all of them.
And that she was a minor, according to the Cello guy, and this was verified later. I don't think Siba reaching out to that girl and letting her know that her nudes are still on the internet from when she was a minor, I don't think that's unhinged or crazy. It seems like he was the only person actually trying to help this person.
Like I'm sorry. Yeah, no, fuck. I'm
Now he's paying him
probably
as a hero.
Yeah, I'm probably putting it out for Whick too. I'm sorry, I can't. If this guy is allowed to exist in your communities, I don't think I want it. I think it's just such an easy.
The Whick Discord.
That's
so
fine.
You know.
Yeah, it's just like this is crazy. Like this is the equivalent to saying, like some guy, roofied a chick, took her back to the place, and then fucked her 5 million times until she woke up and crawled out barely alive or whatever. And then like Dooby's looking at this, he's like, well, it is possible she was dancing all night. She was really tired. So the guy was kind of doing her a favor when he roofied her because she obviously slept really well after that. And then, she needed to get out of there. If she would have stayed on the floor, passed out, people could have trampled her. So it's okay that he picked her up and took her back. And, he knows his place is safe. But after that, when he started to, have sex with her, that was too far. Like, it's just like, this is just crazy. It's just insane. It's like this line of logic is just so unbelievably crazy to me.
That might be fine as a blanket statement. And like,
what'd you say?
I think you should have a convo with Whick before you yeet him.
No, yeah, I'm not. I'm just saying, this is crazy.
Yeah, that might be fine as a blanket statement, and like it would appeal to a lot of people that are really, really online and like plugged into these like kind of communities and stuff like that. But I'm just saying, there's obviously a lot more shown, and we can like discuss a lot more. But like just that the totality of the stream itself is just like, okay, this did not come across good at the stream. And just to point out, even on that Discord servers, it's like you pointed out. And this might have legitimate reasons. There's plenty of reasons why you wouldn't want to wipe a server and stuff like that. But you did just advocate, like, just do a server wipe and just come settle down for a second and stuff like that. It's just not a good look.
Wait, when did I say that?
You said on Justicle's server. You said do a server wipe.
I don't think I said do a server wipe.
Just go back there and type in wipe.
Is there anything else on the
so
sports
it could be.
too?
I mean, I'm pulling it up right now because I don't remember saying that.
I always do that.
I'm guessing it's because I imagine that server's being reported a lot by Destiny's community.
Well, this was during the stream when Destiny's talking about having like logs about all these servers, and he's going to make them
reported by us.
I don't know. Anytime any of them get banned, like they always blame me. I guess it's nothing matters at this point about anything. I don't like to.
They can come to DGG chat and check all of the logs.
I know.
That's where the community.
No, yeah, it's also like I'm sorry. I run the best community on the internet in terms of a streamer my size. Like it's all in the open. It's either my Discord or it's in my DGG chat. We literally have a logging thing called OverWrestle Logs. Anybody can make an account here and log it if you want. Like to compare my community and to say that we're up to some crazy weird. Like this is just such a weirdo Voldemort.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
You should keep pushing back on that because DGG doesn't do. We don't do this shit.
Yeah, that's why I think Connor, but then he was too retarded to listen to the answer. I think he asked. Dooby, like, what's the worst thing you see DGG do? He only point to me and my actions. Nobody else in DGG is doing fucking anything. Like, it's just if I post somebody's, a reveal or whatever, that's just me. That's not like my community doing this because they're crazy doxing.
The community's not allowed to do that.
True.
If they do it, they get banned.
True. Yeah.
Manifesto. It's
okay. Yeah, I never did that. So you can just go through the.
Hello?
I just refreshed this. Go back to it. So yeah, I didn't do that.
You promised 100% you didn't do that.
Well, I'm pulling my account and looking at the word wipe and data.
This happened 30 minutes ago.
I think you're thinking about. Maybe I can find the message you're referring to because I just put my account and I looked up wipe from my account in that server and
you can just scroll up. I'm not in that server anymore. Or are you delete? I don't know.
I found it. You're thinking about. So there's
Okay.
Where is it? I think you're referring to
when Jessica was
Gem said, "Can we server wipe?" And then SexPaz says, and the wipe was literally just in the gen chat, right? And Meowdy says, and why would we server wipe? And then shortly after that's when he tagged me.
I don't even know. He's denying telling Jessica to wipe his Discord Destiny. OMER.
I'm pretty sure he did a tweet of him literally saying like there's tools out there like redact.dev/other one, but he's like a little sauce of redact or whatever.
Oh, true. Yeah, I remember that.
And so you really were a piece of shit for years.
Yeah, because I was responding to you. Wouldn't it? I was responding to you mentioning the fucking server wipe. Oh my god.
But I didn't. That was other people talking about it.
I'm staring right at the log right now. He did not mention the fucking server wipe.
Can't you just delete logs?
I don't even think I was I even active there before that? I think I was active like earlier, talking to like Cum Gremlin in there about.
Oh, I missed. Thank you for that too. Sorry.
Like
my response.
But I think I was active for a long time, and then
somebody had replied to Dooby, it would have showed as a.
I didn't do a reply. I did a message.
Other people are replying there.
Okay. I mean,
You said something with
I'm
like,
okay,
I'm not even
zero
I'm not
evidence
even
to
opposed to
declare
wiping Discord servers. I think it's fine to wipe Discord servers. I'm just saying I didn't say that. So, and it might make sense for JSOC to wipe the server because I'm sure there are people mass reporting it to try to get it deleted. So that might make sense. That'd be fine. But I'm just saying I didn't say
you know,
that.
you don't think that he's worried at all about like that manifesto coming out?
No, I think
he's verified.
my prediction, based on what I've seen so far, is that there will be things that Destiny releases out of context, from different servers, pretending that they're part of the server.
They're
totally
already
different
sweeping,
situations.
huh?
He's gonna
Yeah, they always have sweeps.
They're
right?
priming
Like
it,
my whole
yeah.
court case is swept now. It's like at first it was like I had better lawyers, and then it was like actually there were a ton of different sweeps, but now the ultimate sweep is that the whole point of the court case was just to waste my time, money, reputation. So it's actually everything is based, even if it completely gets dismissed and nothing. That's it. Like it's just a constant
They've
sweep
already
to sweep,
won.
sweep to sweep.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. It's literally Trump
and try to
tactics.
concoct a narrative to say that JSOC and Guiman, that his cabal thing was true the entire time. And I just don't think it's going to be there. I think there are going to be people like you who believe it because you don't bother to like look at the other side and see what they're saying and figure out if the evidence is real. And that just could be because you're not terminally online, quote unquote. But I think that's just what's going to happen. It's what happens in any.
Okay, and then so why does Whick look like he's
But why
shocked
don't these
when
people
he
debate
sees?
you then?
Because
Why
as
won't they have
soon as we're in a room
conversation?
together, it's generally everything falls apart, right? That's why Jessica will never talk to me. Dooby has been more, but with Connor, oh my god, I've never that dude. I don't know.
He's like his fucking information on stream.
I don't mind having like conversations with Dooby. Like if Dooby wants to say the most fucking retarded shit in the universe in a chat with me, I'm fine with that. I guess that chat from 2 nights ago is fucking hilarious.
Is he like a bad actor?
No, so they were so I'm in the left Snark server, right, or Snark left server, and when they were talking about him being doxxed in there, I checked there and I was like, what are they talking about? Because I've never seen that. I've never seen them dox anybody in there. I've never seen them encourage it or anything. In fact, I've seen people tell people that they're going crazy or something. I've seen Queeman criticize people when he thinks they're like going too far, being too crazy or whatever. Not that they were going to dox somebody, but they said something.
It's also annoying. This is just kind of taken as truth. Dooby is always allowed to put these things out with no evidence. Like he's just allowed to say this, and we're always supposed to believe it. But I guess okay.
He thought was like unhinged, right? And he like told them to shut the fuck up. But so I checked it, and they were trying to figure out what the fuck he was talking about.
Oh, yeah. That one guy in here also. This is also why I tell you guys, don't debate my court case with these fucking people. Because, one, they will always call backup. Because they always have servers that are active, and they'll call backup. Unironically. The reason why I know Dooby is in so many of these chats.
Watching and they're sending people in.
Yes,
Yeah.
but people will literally say, like, somebody get Dooby in here. And that's how Dooby ends up joining a lot of these VCs, unironically. But also because, like, when you make a claim about them, they can make whatever claim they want because they have, like, 50 million different ways to argue everything. But when you make a claim about them, you always have to have the hyper-specific claim, the hyper-specific evidence. And if you can't show it, then you're assumed to be a DGG mind-fucked person who is making shit up. I think that one guy earlier that was bringing up that comment about Dooby telling people to wipe their server, he was incorrect because what Dooby was giving was for people, I think, in Gisticle server, how to wipe their logs. This wasn't for the Gisticle server to be wiped. It was for people to wipe their logs. I think it was, and then, there's tools you can use. Redact is one, but it's kind of iffy. Disk scrub works. It takes time, blah, blah, blah. But, like, that's what that guy was referring to. But notice how, because he didn't know specifically what he was referencing or what he remembered, Dooby was able to skirt by with that completely clean, right? And Dooby didn't say, oh, no. Like, they'll never offer up something. Dooby will never say something like, you were probably thinking when I told people how to wipe their Discord logs, not Gisticle server. He'll never bring that up on his own, of course, so...
No, you're just going to say you're wrong.
Connor's always paranoid that he's too subservient or that you're daddy. He's always fighting the I'm independent of Destiny accusation. Everybody gets mind-fucked on this. It's this webbing thing, and it's funny because they brought that term back to describe me. This webbing thing is what they use against me and everybody around me all the time, too, because I'm literally the master mind-fucker manipulator, even though despite all the leaks, despite all the backstabs, despite all the people I used to be close with and all, nobody has ever produced a single log or a single shred of evidence of me ever doing anything like this in my entire fucking life. I've never done this before. Everything is leaked to me otherwise. I don't have the time nor the inclination. Like I don't even know why I would want to spend all my time doing this shit.
Streamers get mindfucked this, but like,
yeah,
I don't know.
no.
Penta said this.
Everybody gets mindfucked. Ethan got mindfucked on this. That's why he made the fucking pedo outing video of me. Is because he was getting so mindfucked by people saying like, "Oh, Ethan Klein is getting mind controlled by Destiny." I 100% think that that's why he got mindfucked into making that video because he wanted to prove that he wasn't getting controlled by me. And like, this just infects everybody. It's just crazy. Sorry, what Pento said? What?
Penta's just said like basically like everybody's a waiting room for somebody else. Like you're always going to be a waiting room. People are always going to want to watch somebody else. Somebody's going to have their own favorite creator. So like it doesn't matter if you're a fucking waiting room. Like it.
Well, sure, but it's not the waiting room. It's that that
No,
you're
I know.
literally
You went
yeah.
through a deeper point. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah.
And I think eventually they did find it in the logs, and it was from September of last year, around when the do you know what the PD stuff, the progressive victory stuff?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So when that happened, I think Rita posted an image from it that contained Whick's information that was released in the PD filing. And then I think Rita deleted it shortly afterwards, and the mods weren't aware. Like they said that a mod was in the chat, but that person was not a mod at the time. I think even now it's not a mod. So the mods didn't know. Rita posted it in September, and when they found out, just now when they found it, Rita was banned. So I think that's what they're referring to.
None of that is true. So okay, so this was the thing. I wish I'd heard this before I wanted to Connor stream today, because I was asking Dooby, why were you claiming this about the leak thing? The leak was literally just I think what they do is they post shit on Twitter or other stuff on their gay ops accounts, their fake accounts. They'll post it, and then sometimes they'll link their like epic posts inside of their Snark server so that they can all amplify the post. It was just a straight link to Whick's docs. Like that's all it was. So for him to pretend like, oh no, this was Hassan's stream, progressive victory, blah blah blah, that's all of that is a fucking lie. All of that is bullshit. But he's like giving details. He's lying with details on this. Why?
Okay.
But I mean, you would think that if this is a doxing community organized around doxing people, there'd be way more examples than some.
What you don't have to be like specifically organized around doxing people. I think that the whole point was like, okay, this is like a anti-fan hate server basically. If you're like for data purposes, it's just like, okay, you have to hate Israel, Destiny, and Ethan or something like that, and then obviously you're going to facilitate a community that is like not too like against like doxing if you're doing it for like
why do you
justice or anything like that, and you're just kind of like facilitating that thing. It's
like the trying to pretend that anybody got like banned for this or that people were in trouble or anything else is just like so retarded.
Implication there is that if you think Destiny's doing bad things, Ethan's doing bad things, and Israel's doing bad things, you're more likely to dox people.
You're a community built around
Wait, what?
or anything like that, and you're just kind of like facilitating that thing. It's like
But the implication there is that if you think Destiny's doing bad things, Ethan's doing bad things, and Israel's doing bad things, you're more likely to dox people.
Like the presentation there. Like imagine if I make a community of people who like hate Dan, and I'm like, I want all the Dan haters, and then people join my community. It's like, all right, and then Dan's like, hold on, is that like a community of people who are gonna like fucking stalk and harass me? And I'm like, oh, so just because somebody doesn't like you, that means that they're a stalker or harasser? Like, I don't even know why I have to explain this. This is so fucking obviously retarded.
you're
Why do you?
real that, and you're just kind of like facilitating that thing. It's like
But the implication there is that if you think Destiny's doing bad things, Ethan's doing bad things, and Israel's doing bad things, you're more likely to dox people.
you're a community built around like hate towards specific people. Yeah, you're surrounded
But it's
with
not even that though. So
a community that's
one,
like, doxing's like okay if you're doing it for a good cause or something like that. Yeah,
that's every community thinks that. Like I don't think any sane person would say it's wrong to dox people ever, like all the time. It's like sometimes there are good reasons to find someone's information. So, but just really quickly. So to be clear, I think that was a joke. Is when I was invited to the server, I was invited after Destiny went on stream and said he was going to dox me, right? In September. And I think this was really shortly after Kathy created the server, because I don't remember there being many people in it. I think there was like 20 people in it when I was invited. And I wasn't given like, you need to hate Destiny in Israel, like anything like that. There was anywhere near any of that. And I think over time it grew, I think like 100 people.
Notice how all these people are also like never the people who like super directly involved, and it's just like their warriors that they send out to defend the server. Why didn't create it? I was in there beginning. I don't know.
And when I checked into it, which was not often, but when I look at it and chatted in there, it was just people posting like Hutch and Queenman streams and Destiny and Hassan and different and these are people. It's called the Snark Left. I think my impression, I haven't spoken to a lot of these people. My impression is that most of these people are like progressives, like on the left side of politics.
They spam so many like weird fucking slurs and weird bigoted attacks against women for some reason. I still don't know why, but Indians became like the fascination. Like they're all just progressives posting streams to watch.
So yeah, I'm sure most of them hate Israel. I've seen some people in there support Israel. I think the only times I did have a conversation there, it was like an argument about Israel with somebody in there who supported Israel. So like,
all of this is said with no evidence. All of this is said with no actual proof at all. You're just supposed to take his word for it every single time, including dipshits like Connor, every single time.
That is like hating Israel is not a requirement. There were people that did support Israel. I had an argument with one of them. So, And that was it. It was like they would post clips, you know, if like in here, right? If Hassan says something stupid, people are going to post that in chat and then shit talk Hassan and talk about stupid he is or whatever. And if Hud said something stupid.
Another reason also why I do think that knowing Dooby, I think knowing who he is, I think is a politically relevant thing. Doesn't he brag all the time about being the server owner of the largest politics server on the internet? Hasn't he said that over and over and over again, that for Discord it is the largest politics server and he's the owner of that server? How is it that he's the owner of that server and is in all these weirdo spaces, but he doesn't know anything about it? He doesn't know anything about what's going on there. But he's still donating thousands of dollars to all these other political streamers. Like, that's so weird to be super anonymous, but then to be so involved to be so directly involved in all this shit. That was the thing that was really weird and bad, I would argue, about Elon Musk, was Elon Musk broke that really weird barrier of like, do we want our tech billionaire overlords to actually be directly involved in politics? I feel like he broke the fourth wall on that so hard. And now all of a sudden we expect everybody like Jeff Bezos and fucking Mark Zuckerberg and all, regardless of how you felt about the moderation of the platforms, these people generally stayed out of politics. That's like a general faux pas as a CEO in general, or a large business owner, or like a representative of business. You generally just don't get political because it's just a messy arena that can only lose you customers and very rarely gain you customers. But after Elon, it was like, oh, I guess we all got to be cool and get chains and surf and go talk to Joe Rogan and...
People post a clip in that chat and talk about stupid hutches. It was that kind of thing. Very normal for a Discord server. They weren't in there organizing or plotting or syncing narratives or anything like this.
Okay. I mean, so as someone in depth in the online space and those communities as you are, I will have to just take your word on that. But the fact that the bigger allegations is basically what this thing's making is that there is like organizations on how to do this. Obviously, like I don't know the proof of that or anything like that, so I'm just kind of waiting on that or anything like that. I'm kind of like indifferent. But the fact is, I think it's like proven enough. It's just like, okay, you kind of facilitate this. There is this community that is kind of okay with doxing people for a righteous
cause. But it has to be
cause.
proven, though. Like, you can't just make the claim and there's like no evidence of them being okay with doxing, because anytime that has come up, the people who did, the person who did
you made an argument why it's okay to dox sometimes, right?
I don't, but I'm talking about like Destiny and people around Destiny, which is the claim. The claim is that these people are targeting Destiny and people around Destiny.
Yep.
And then like for doxing. I don't think that's true, right? So
what part of that does he not think is true? Like, I'm pretty sure almost everybody has talked about it at this point.
Why it's okay to dox.
Oh, fuck, Chair Sam. Who the fuck are you, dude? You keep saying the fucking 500 IQ fucking questions. Holy shit. That's a really good question. Why wouldn't Connor be afraid of these people? That's true. Why is Dooby so comfortable being in these spaces and fearless? I don't know. Like, if I found out like some crazy fuck shit, I think I'd be, well, at this point, I don't know what else he could do to me besides kill me, I guess. But like that's actually a really good question. We found out that all these weirdo, you know what? Actually, remember how I said you can always tell how somebody feels about a thing based on how they based on how they respond or act to things. Wait, oh my God, this guy just emailed me. Thank you. Oh, I love you, buddy. Hold on. Like, Justical will say things like, oh, I'm not going to talk to Destiny. He's a doxer, or that's too scary, or some bullshit. And it's like, but then why are you talking about me all the time, right? Like I said before, I think Zoe and Jacob were a really good example. Two old kind of friends of the stream in chat or whatever. They said that when they got doxed by Blav on Kiwi Farms, that was like, they said that was scary to them. And then they left the internet for, I think, 2 or 3 months. They were just gone because they were so mind-fucked on it. But then they came back. And then they also joined the group of people saying like, oh my God, we're so afraid of Destiny, blah, blah, blah. But they sat there and they snarked on me for months. And it's like, are you really scared? It doesn't seem like you're afraid. Not to say that anybody should be afraid of blah, blah, blah. This guy sent me DMs with Dooby because Dooby was trying to drag this. I don't even know if this guy is a person or not, or if he's just like a fucking random. Not to be mean to you. But like, unless this guy was just performing, like this guy sounds like a guy who's kind of scared, right? I don't know why Dooby started messaging this guy. Maybe because he was typing and Dooby didn't like what he was typing. Sir, do you want to talk in voice chat? We can, but my comp keeps crashing, or I can use a phone. Yeah, that works. Do you want to do it in the Gistical server? It'll be just the two of us talking. But if there are criticisms, I prefer for them to be public, so people can judge for themselves. They love doing it as much as they can on their own home turf, because they can mute and ban people and then control the direction of the conversation. This guy was from Gistical server. Oh, what? Did he leave after? Oh, he did. I see. I'm sorry. I just read the next thing. Yes, do it on the server. I just left because I am way too spooked by it. Okay, sir. I'll be in a voice chat there. Links to Justical server. No, I don't want to do it in that server at all. I want nothing to do with it. Oh, why not just leave after we talk? I don't think any of these people are doxers or whatever. Look at that statement. I don't think any of these guys are doxers or anything. That stream made it look legit unhinged, and I am legitimately scared of it. Most of the claims in that stream were total lies. Right before I left, someone asked if that was me in the profile pic, LOL. Like, come on, dude. Oh, no, I'm sure they were just asking. It's kind of like a troll, you know? I'm in that Snark Left server. It absolutely is not a doxing server. It's Whick's fighting out. He got a picture of his docs that sealed the deal. Like, that guy is one of the most inoffensive dudes ever. True, which is also one of the annoying things. Same thing with Hutch. These people are like, how can you hate these people? What is like happening in your mind that you hate these people? That was one user who was banned. Lie. That was a lie. It was from the PV filing last September that Hassan showed on stream. That's also a lie. Where PV doxed a bunch of streamers who worked with them. That was also a lie. PV didn't really, quote-unquote, dox them. PV just did their FEC-required filings. And as part of those filings, you have to have information about people. Now, whether or not they should have been included in like a contractor part or not, or whether or not that information should be hidden or not, to call that a dox is fucking retarded. That's just the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard in my life. This is also another reason why I want to leave the child space of like doxing and names. Like, I'm sorry, bro. Your name should be tied to the shit you do. This is fucking retarded. This obsession with wanting to run around with like anime weirdo profile pics and to be called fucking Dooby and taken seriously. This is retarded. This guy is the head mod or the owner of the largest politics server on Discord is crazy. But that user was banned. I know IRI stays out of it, but can you comment on whether or not he got doxxed and harassed? Almost certainly, right? Yes, especially after I jumped on once when there was a TikTok caller that came in to argue my case. If they don't, it's not enough sometimes for somebody to just be separated from me. They have to make a proactive statement about me being a rapist. So a guy hopped onto the TikTok to debate him about whether or not I was having sex with kids or whatever. And then when I hopped onto IRI stream to chat about it, then they all started dogpiling IRI stream and then talking about him on Kiwi Farms, the Snark server, and Justical server. Hey, I'm willing to hear another point of view on it, but I absolutely won't do it in that server. It might even be fine, but it just doesn't look good. All right, which server? I know I agree if I called you out publicly. You have a right to address it publicly. I totally understand that a lot of rumors and claims float around about me. Most of them are bullshit, so I prefer to just deal with them publicly. You're not really black? Nope. LOL, lies. But like this guy seems like he's kind of spooked, I think. He acts like it. It makes sense. Instead, come to the flock. Come to Whick's Discord server and chat about it.
Dogs sometimes, right?
Right on, but I'm talking about like Destiny and people around Destiny, which is the claim. The claim is that these people are targeting Destiny and people around Destiny, and like for doxing. I don't think that's true, right? So there's no evidence for this whatsoever.
No evidence that they're being doxed, that they're being targeted, that they're being harassed.
Okay, so Kelly Jean didn't like dox Destiny's girlfriend.
See, this is why. Listen, I love you guys and I appreciate you, but this is why you guys shouldn't like. Because if you don't have the exact facts, I already know what Dooby's gonna say. He's gonna no, she never posted a dox of her or whatever, which I don't think she did. It was just cross-posting like weird harassment gossip claims from another Kiwi Farms like board, basically, because Lena didn't break up with me. That's why.
At the time, or
hold on, Kelly Jean and Destiny have a very long history. That goes way beyond.
What nice pivot.
That's true, but they does stay in the server. But what do you do to Kelly Jean when she did that?
Really quickly, I feel like I need to like be clear about this. It goes way beyond this server or just JSOC server or any of this. Like they've had a very, very like on and like roller coaster of a fucking.
Could it be that Connor is genuinely terrified and trying to play both sides? He may go harder on you publicly. But no, nobody is scared of me, and nobody is scared of my community. Which is fine. It's good. I don't want that reputation. But they all say it. But you're telling me that like Connor is afraid of me while he thinks that I'm like a fucking mentally ill abuser rapist person? No, Connor doesn't have no fucking fear of me or my community. None of these people have any fear of me or my community because my community is impotent as fuck. And I mean that in the most complimentary way possible. Because my community just isn't the type of community that does like crazy unhinged shit like this. So nobody has any, but they can all say it. Same thing with Hassan. Like what was, oh my God. Fuck, what was the clip? Was it Hassan crying that he was worried like the DGGers were gonna kill him or harassing him? Do you remember how much he exaggerated that one claim in real life? like a guy walked up and like tapped his shoulder, and I don't even know if he did that, and Hassan was like, oh, he was like, oh my god, I got harassed in real life, oh my god. And he repeats it. It's crazy. Fuck. Somebody won't like it, but
relation for fucking ever. And that was posted in JSOC server, right? And I don't know what JSOC did in response to that. I wasn't there. I have no fucking idea.
I mean,
oh, I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not sure.
That goes way beyond.
That's true, but they just stayed in the server. But what do you do to Kelly Jean when she did that?
Really quickly, I feel like I need to like be clear about this. It goes way beyond this server or just JSOC server or any of this. Like they've had a very, very like on and like roller coaster of a fucking relation for fucking ever.
Like, what does this have to do with anything? Oh my god, this is horrible.
That same age. What fucking loser.
Like, I don't know if anybody's clips of him. He repeats this on stream as like him getting real life harassed by my fans and shit. Like that, it was like, I couldn't believe how much he talks about this. But then he also says that what, the cops shot at him at protests or whatever because he was in a crowd where I think rubber bullets might have been shot in the general vicinity, maybe.
The Anowin tour doesn't even allow like most online influencers anywhere near this fucking event. Like the only one that's allowed is the Chamberlain. No, Wisdom wasn't even allowed to go the last year or the year before. I think they would invite you. Fuck no. Are you kidding me? Plus, do you think it's really worth it? Look, maybe a couple years ago, I would have entertained something like this. I would have been like, this is so sick. And you know, what a cool opportunity. But are you out of your fucking mind now? You think now I would go to the Met Gala? Are you insane? Someone would kill me. And it wouldn't even be like a right-winger that would kill me for going.
Like, do you think you're the most famous person to go to the Met Gala? Do you think you have the most stalkers of anybody that goes to the Met Gala? Do you think that you would be the most like...
The Met Gala? Be a fucking anarchist. Are you out of your fucking mind? Dude. People already sincerely believe that I went to the Met Gala.
This is... Okay, we don't care. Not directly about this, but... Yeah, but nobody actually is fucking afraid of my meeting.
And that was posted in JSOC server, right? And I don't know what JSOC did in response to that. I wasn't there. I have no fucking idea.
I don't know. Have no idea. Can't speak for it. No clue. I don't know. Can't speak for it. No clue.
Yeah, but I know. But I do know. Hold on. Sorry, but I do know that at some point Kelly Jean was banned. I don't know.
At some point, yes. The point was that Kelly and Jistical started to get into a fight. I think because the cherry thing became too much for Kelly to bear. And then after Kelly was out, she started leaking a whole bunch of shit on Jistical. It had nothing to do with me. It's so funny that Dooby tries to reframe this as though Kelly was banned for poor behavior related to me.
If it was for that or for something else.
It was for something else, for like pissing him off, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. But I'm curious.
Pissing him off.
But I'm curious though, because Dan was in JSOC server for like years, even after the Kelly Jean shit happened, right? So like, was Dan just okay with this happening and people going out? Like, I don't think so. I think, you know, in a Discord server that's full of people, there's a large community. Some people are gonna do crazy shit sometimes, and sometimes you're gonna miss it, and sometimes you're gonna make a decision to give them a chance or whatever. But to just say that they're okay with it I just don't think there's any evidence for that whatsoever.
Okay, but it's Kelly Jean. Like, I'm pretty sure most people. How do people miss it?
No, hold on. So imagine, maybe this will make sense to you. So Kelly Jean is a, I don't know if she still is, but she was a content creator, kind of a locale on JSOC stream, Destiny stream, a lot of these like smaller streams. She'd go around and just hang out and talk shit and make drama, right? So they wanted her around for content. So if she breaks the rules, she's probably going to get far more leeway than the average person on the server.
Breaks the rules? But like, even like, look at how they talk about their rules. I don't even know how fucking, this is probably over a year old. Can you link that? It's on Kiwi Farms Lameo, but I assume it's his last stream. The embargo for no Kiwi Farm screen caps is still on, I think. Oh, cool. They banned Kiwi Farm screen caps, so they must not talk about or link the thread. Otherwise, it's on page 1,399. Oh, okay. Nice. Good rules. Nice rules there. Or her literally fucking, I haven't been harassing anyone today. I just posted a link to a Wikipedia page detailing how terrible her ex was. So, I don't know. It's hard to conceive. She would always try to link to things around my ex. It's just like, so. Remember, all of this is just because Lena wouldn't make a public statement like denouncing me or calling me a rapist. Like that, she's not a public figure. Didn't make comments on any of this. Doesn't talk to anybody about this. Is not like tweeting about this. But like, remember, TDD, total destiny death. Every single person around me has to disavow every part of my life and like come out and publicly say how much it's just crazy.
Server, right? Especially on a server where she's a regular contributor into the drama, into the content. Mm-hmm. Right. So I can imagine, again, I don't know what happened in response to what he did in response to that, but I can imagine Jay Suck saying, okay, yeah, she did this bad thing. I'm going to talk to her about it. I'm going to fucking stop her.
Like their whole server wasn't doing it. Oh my god. Somebody said this would be around January or February of 2025. By the way, gotcha.
We're going to criticize her, and then we're going to give her a chance. And this as long as she doesn't do it again. Like I've done that before. Like I did that with fucking Destiny, right? When he was on my server. No, I'll just say the story really quickly. So when Destiny was much smaller, 10 years ago when I met him, I made him a mod on my server, right? So he had mod terms on my server for like a year or something, and he was abusing the fuck out of them all the time, right? So he would like there's a guy called Mr. Batman, who he would like mute and fuck with constantly, and ask if God knows what it's like to be fucked in the ass.
Like I am the least mod-brained person in the fucking universe, bro. When I get mod or whatever on server, I don't do fuck all with it ever. This is just a fucking lie. Now, it might have been specifically with regards to that Mr. Batman guy or whatever, but I guess if you don't know who you're talking about, I'm talking about modding other spaces, not mine. This guy is literally one of the craziest people on the entirety of the internet. This guy is like Discord famous for being an insane person. Like his claim was that he lived in a house that had a lot of mold and like rotted part of his rat, which that might actually be true for this guy. But this guy's like a minor Discord e-celeb for being like an unhinged, crazy, screaming.
There's only one viewpoint, sir. The truth. Jesus is the way.
That's who I'm speaking. They're presuppers, presuppositionalists.
The truth and the life. Now, that's just the way it is. There's only one Savior. There's only one Messiah. You're either saved or you're not.
Yeah, that we can sort of approximate whenever we.
So logic
reflect. I wonder if this is the Discord's, the politics Discord server. It might be actually, maybe it might just be another sound. But anyway, this guy's like fucking crazy. So for Dooby to say that I'm running around to the server abusing my mod powers, I might have used him in a one-on-one combo with the Mr. Batman guy, maybe. But like other than that, no, I'm not running around randomly fucking muting people or abusing my mod. He's just making shit up.
Yeah, asking him as long as she doesn't do it again. Like I've done that before. Like I did that with fucking Destiny, right? When he was on my server. No, I'll just say the story really quickly. So when Destiny was much smaller, 10 years ago when I met him, I made him a mod on my server. Right? So he had mod terms on my server for like.
Like he was doing me a favor. He says that when I was much smaller, my server was bigger than his back then. By the way, that was one of the reasons why he says I'm much smaller. But he was begging me to do guest collabs and shit with his stream. I think I did. Didn't I do a few of these like 4-hour things where I would be invited to the politics Discord to do like an AMA, like a Destiny AMA? What? I think he said, oh, did he say his server was much smaller? Sorry, I thought he said when I was much smaller. My bad, I misunderstood.
Yeah, like I've done that before. Like I did that with fucking Destiny, right? When he was on my server. No, I'll just say the story really quickly. So when Destiny was much smaller.
No, he said when I was much smaller. Fuck you.
10 years ago when I met him, I made him a mod on my server. Right, so he had mod terms on my server.
Like he's acting like he did me some huge fucking favor here by making the tiny content creator me. Like, oh my, I don't know, bro. Jesus.
For like a year or something, and he was abusing the fuck out of them all the time. Right, so he would like there's a guy called Mr. Batman who he would like mute and fuck with constantly and ask if God knows what it's like to be fucked in the ass and yada yada. And if anybody else had done that with mod terms, I would have banned them because I don't tolerate like mod abuse. I think
this was a classic way to fuck with these people. I don't like to reveal my my meme thefts. First of all, I don't know if I ever did say that to Mr. Batman. That was with that one guy. His name started with a T, but I'm pretty sure I stole that exact fucking meme from a philosophy debater person called JHC. They might have asked, fuck, I'm not gonna be able to find this. We're going into deep lore internet videos. I think they asked, it was either that Mr. Batman guy or it was, fuck, who was the other popular pre-supper? I'm not going to be able to find this. This is on like I linked it. Oh, Dr. Dawkins is what I was thinking of. Oh. Oh, it was to Mr. Batman. I don't even know if I ever said this thing to Mr. Batman. I'm pretty sure this JHC person did. And I don't think this person ever did get banned by Dooby. Dude was just lying about everything, but that's fine.
What's funny is that on the Christian worldview, God doesn't know everything.
That the omniscience paradox? Or...
No, Christians don't think that God is omniscient.
The real
that would
politics.
be wrong.
I think
God
it says
is
Dooby
omniscient.
servers.
Does God know what it's like to suck a dick, Mr. Batman?
Oh, is this?
Sir, again, God knows all truth propositions. Is it true that you suck a dick, sir?
I don't, but some
You
people
just
do.
got fucking slammed, bro.
You see, God knows all truth propositions, and you're appealing to perversion, sir, does not negate the fact that God knows all truth statements. And sir, God knows it when you sin. God does not look upon sin. God does not watch your perversion while you suck a penis. But sir, God can forgive you for your homosexuality. He can forgive you for your perversion because he is the perfect creator God who designed you, and he wants you to know him, sir. Repent or perish.
Look, all I want to know is if God knows what it's like to suck a dick or not.
No,
Are you
repent
saying
or
he doesn't?
perish.
No, God doesn't know. That's like.
You know better than him.
So gay guys know more about the universe.
You see,
in some
unfortunately, people like this pervert don't seem to understand
please
what
don't talk over
God's
me, Mr. Batman.
all-knowing
That's very
is.
rude.
God knows all
right,
truth
buddy.
propositions.
Listen,
God
does
is
God know
perfectly
what it's like
logical.
to suck a
And you
dick,
know
Mr.
what?
Batman?
God is God does not look upon sin. He knows that you sin, but he does not watch you sin. He lets you go about your merry way. See, that's part
So
of the
God
free
doesn't know
will.
what it's
The
like
free
to
will that God
sin
allows
either?
you to have to sin against him, sir. And while you are at enmity with him, he does not watch your every move. He does not watch over you. He does not listen to your prayers. You know that's what the Bible says. The Bible says God doesn't care about you because God hates all workers of iniquity. Why do you think he would watch
Volume's
over you
coming
and
down a
watch
little
what you're
bit.
doing?
All
If
right,
he
there we
hates you,
go.
sir. God hates
That's
all
all better.
workers of iniquity. Jesus even validated this.
Mr. Batman, let JHG respond to this.
Can I turn him back up?
Yeah, well, he can go ahead and respond all he likes. But Jesus even responded to this as well and said, "Away from me,
Nah,
you
turn it back
workers of
down.
iniquity. I never knew you."
Anyway, that wasn't even me. That was JHC. But funny for Dooby to just fucking transpose whatever he wants onto me, I guess.
Right? So he would there's a guy called Mr. Batman who
Yeah.
he would mute and fuck with constantly and ask if God knows what it's like to be fucked in the ass and yada yada. And if anybody else had done that with mod perms, I would have banned them because I don't tolerate mod abuse. I think it's gross. But because it's Destiny, I didn't. I actually let him do it for way longer than I probably should have.
It's also funny too. I hate this. I'll bet my whole life and fortune, Dooby. I will bet the ownership of both of our Discord servers right now on this claim. I don't know what VC you're talking about. I will bet the ownership of both of our Discord servers on this claim. One of my chief complaints to Dooby, actually, I don't know if this is in a log anywhere, actually. One of my chief complaints to Dooby was that Esports Batman, not Esports Batman, sorry, Mr. Batman and Darth Dawkins did have special treatment in these servers because back in the day, these guys were Discord celebrities, and everybody wanted them on their server because they always brought like a huge fucking crowd because they had the most autistic fucking debates in the universe. Okay, anybody that was active way back then knew this is fucking retarded as fuck, but this is true. And one of the things that I was annoyed by was that these guys would always have their own special Discord rooms. And they would always have their own mod perms. So when you went into arguing that, they would constantly mute you over and over and over and over and over again. It was Darth Dawkins and it was Mr. Batman. And I don't remember who I complained to. I think it was Dooby. Because I was like, why do you guys have these guys in your servers doing these the most retarded debates all the time? And then you guys are also giving them mod powers and special rooms and everything else. And they were like, well, it brings a crowd. Fuck. I don't remember how long ago this was, or if his account might have gotten banned or deleted. The earliest message I see between me and Dooby is 2023. Hey, I lost my old account. Oh, fuck. You're right. I was around back then. I remember. Yeah, everybody that was around knows this. I love that Dooby just fucking rewrite history. Oh my god.
Just to be honest with you. So there are different standards for people in communities. Unfortunately, it's just how it is.
It's just so funny that he represents this to me, or he represents me like this when he had a special carve out for these two people. Check Dooby 8008. I am. That's the one that is only back to 2023.
Okay, but if I don't have any
I'm pretty sure Darth Dawkins muted you in a debate several times. Should be muted. Yeah, he did, of course. Him and I think Mr. Batman might have. But Darth Dawkins would do this all the time. He mutes people over and over and over again. This is just how they behaved. But because they always brought a crowd, they were always allowed to do this.
It's pretty clear to me. Just I think overall the vibe is just okay, if you're not too terminally online and stuff like that, these servers do look a little bit crazy. I don't know how deep that goes or anything like that. I think I'm legitimate. I feel like I have a legitimate right to be a little bit spooked about it. So obviously I left.
Yeah, but here's what I don't understand though, because I get you being spooked about this. Why do you feel okay being in Destiny's community? Because he is actively doing this thing, and his community is actively doing this shit. They've been fucking with his son for years, right?
Fucking, oh my god, bro.
Separate from the JSOC shit and the Queen shit, people have went to Hassan in the real life while he's eating at a fucking restaurant to fuck with him.
No, that was it. Oh my god, what a nice way to wrap it all up. Imagine what you would have thought. Imagine what you would have thought that interaction would have looked like if you were in this server and you heard that. Holy shit, that was peak fucking soul reading. Oh my god.
From Destiny's community. So like, why are you okay with that? Like, why are you okay in that community actively doing this shit?
That was the guy walking past Hassan going, Destiny made you.
They've been fucking with his son for years, right? Separate from the JSOC shit and the Queen shit, people have went to Hassan in the real life while he's eating at a fucking restaurant to fuck with him. From Destiny's community. So like, why are you okay with that? Like, why are you okay in that community?
Like I said, I pray for enemies like this someday. That like my life, the worst thing about my life is some guy like walks past me and he's like, Justical hates you. And I'm like, oh fuck. I wish. Here's Dark Dog. This fallacious path. Okay. Oh my god, dude. I sound like such a loser. 7 years ago, I'm a fucking ugh.
Okay. All right, your server muted. Please do not overtalk me. Okay? I'm gonna unmute you. No. Did that for me. Hold on a second. Let me unmute him. Now, stop overtalking me. Now. You stated
he does this all the time. How could Dooby possibly accuse me of this? He had his own channel where he was given free reign and mod to do these types of weird fucking debates because he brought a crowd.
That your reasoning is the ultimate authority by which you reject the revelation of the Christian God. So your reasoning is ultimate authority, but your ultimate authority depends that it is the case that there are causal connections. Now, do you assert that there are causal connections?
Am I only allowed to answer questions for the rest of the time?
Are you asserting that there are causal connections?
I think I've proven my point that you're.
Are you asserting?
I'm not
going
to play this. Shut up. Loser, you are playing the game. You're literally in the server.
Shut the fuck up. And Darth, you're gonna shut the fuck up because Destiny, the only fucking thing I know about you is that you have the same name as a fucking video game.
Is that Mr. Batman in here too? Or is that somebody else?
So, here's what we're gonna fucking do. We're gonna unmute Destiny, right? See
no, that's somebody else. That's a different person, I think.
Shitty as the video game, okay? Then we're gonna go and have this shit make sense, right? And if you don't like it, get the fuck out of my server. Destiny included. Because in case you forgot, we are the largest politics server, always will be. And we don't ask for AMAs. People like Destiny just show up here because, well, they fucking have to if anybody gives a fuck. So,
how do you even find out the size of a server? Okay. Well. Reminder that the biggest Hassan snarker in your community was Gistical. True. Holy shit. Oh my god. Major truth bomb. It's funny too because like Gistical was like close-ish, I guess, to me because he was a content creator, hosted after stream. We chatted in DMs, like, you know, somewhat frequently. So like if there was any really horrible, terrible, bad shit to leak, you would think that he'd be the one to know, right? Or maybe the secret invasion servers were so secret. Maybe even he wasn't invited. Apparently I'm not even invited to them. So I need to look at this account. Right now is the 100,000s major shit-flinging drama from Destiny. This time, he threatens to abuse the legal system to go after his newest enemy, whose crime is not bending the knee sufficiently. Is this AI? Is this even a human? No, AI wouldn't write this shitty. ESL, maybe? Jesus Christ. I just saw this dude yesterday. His whole history is turbo delusional. I saw him getting downvoted on LSF. At some point, you people must realize that it's not everyone else in the world that's the problem. When the same shit keeps happening to the same guy again and again and again, maybe, just maybe, the guy is the center of the problem. Post on DGG Snark. Nice. Destiny crashing out hard. Last Orbiter with a backbone. Connor leaving the fold. Oh, nice. They even have a little TDD tag. That stands for Total Destiny Death, by the way, which was their goal for my lawsuit. My show's on. It is surreal how Destiny has literally become Keffals from the time of the Keffals Manifesto. Like, perhaps if we truly wanted to do limit swatting and KF-style harassment, he wouldn't act like such a deranged lolcow every day. Holy shit, I didn't even finish reading the chat. LeMayo, you can't make this shit up. Wow, the only person who's able to defend your position is 60 IQ pedo shut it? That's telling. Who are these people? Is this? Did this guy completely forget how the internet works? He's complaining that he's being called a PDF because he trolls Twitter for teenage sex workers that he can do age play with. Probably every single girl I think I've banged in the last 10 years has reached out to me first. What is this assumption that I'm like going through Twitter trying to find people to talk to? Like, I wish I had more friends. Let me go patrol Twitter. Actually, hold on. I'm playing dumb here. This is the talking point that KF and Justicle's community ran with for a while, that I was intentionally hunting for minors, that I paid for material from the solo guy who was running this account. None of this is true. There's no evidence of any of this. This person messaged me first. Never sent them any fucking money for anything. But these are just lies that I like to tell all the time. One year ago today. Oh, is this in Justicle's server? Do you think Jessica would let me loop on his stream for an hour every night or so? I really feel like I need to stay in this miserable feeling of being triggered and needing the people who trigger me to be nice to me forever. I do respect, listen, if you want to move on from things, I understand that. It sucks that they get dragged in again. But I will say, though, because Cherry lied like a stupid fucking piece of shit on her Twitter when she said, and this is just evidence that she's either not making any progress on her therapy or the whole religious bullshit is just a fucking LARP or whatever the fuck, I don't care. But for her to say that she just made normal video, or she made videos criticizing Not So Erudite, and that's it, that is not true. Cherry was fucking obsessed with Kyla. Obsessed to it, like to such a point that if I was Kyla, I wouldn't have wanted to have been in the same room with this person. Like, I would have actually feared that there would be some harm. And I think she still even has the videos up. Does she have a YouTube channel? Oh, that's not fair. Maybe she took the videos down, I guess. Not So Erudite betrays husband in Cherry hit piece.
Cherry's released an hour and 40-minute long hit piece on Not So Erudite.
I'm sorry. It's just cinema. Well, okay, well, apparently that is what it was. Okay, so, sister, please, let's put to rest the fucking, I just made a thing criticizing her bullshit. You were psychologically obsessed with this person, and maybe still are if you haven't come to terms with the way that you covered her shit. But funny that all these people, so my assumption was correct too, that all of these people were winding the fuck up out of Cherry to weaponize her against Kyla for whatever fucking reason too. Good memes. Nice job. This is the shit they say DGGers are doing. I just assumed this was a troll, and I thought it was funny. There's no way that this is real. I feel like the guy, like, he knows he's telling a joke, and they're all laughing about that it's a joke, right? Someone just etched DGGL on my front door. Like, he must be, like, over-exaggerating because they're trying to claim that I'm over-exaggerating or something, right? I actually can't tell. I don't know, though. Scrolling through his shit now. Of course, they always cover the Ethan Klein shit. His replies to comments give it away. Okay.
Right, it's the first in a trilogy. So this is
a 1 hour, 50-minute hit piece on Kyla. The first in a trilogy.
The Lord of the Rings of Destiny whore drama. Okay, guys. So we are absolutely Cherry's changing the fucking game here. I'll be real. This is the most based shit I've ever seen. Cherry is an absolute BPD queen.
They even know that she's like fucked in the head too, and they're all like, "This is 2 years ago, bro."
It's off. So let's get into it. Let's see what we think. We're gonna 1.5 it. There's a lot of long clips. I hear it's Will and his channel-esque. Probably could have done with editing it down a bit, but we'll get into it.
Oh, the usual suspects here. Jesus Christ.
And we're in April 2014.
To addiction.
I'm going to be honest. I haven't watched this video, but I've seen lots of clips from it.
Literally dictating what a group of men think to them when it's not true, and then tearing that down, and then acting fucking smug about it. Who is sitting there going, "Oh yeah, based queen, based queen, based queen"? Who is doing that? So insane. Isn't she like, I don't know, VX Bullet was saying some shit about being involved with that incels.is website as well. What was that shit about?
Many men are struggling with today. If this was a video to give advice, I'd say, don't be smug or stupid. Just be better than you are now, or than you are here.
This is rich. Okay.
The Red Pagan interview could not be going worse. It's not totally insane.
Oh my god.
I think bad stuff's going on, and I want to try to help you.
I don't want to help you though.
Max, despite how I personally feel about him, was a very interesting and authentic person. In this stream, he is aiming to resolve...
True. Okay, Cherry's so base. At least she can admit Mr. Girl is being authentic when he talks about shit. I fucking hate that the DGG myth is that Mr. Girl just lies. It's like totally fake. Bro.
Interpersonal conflict between him and Steven regarding how Steve...
The DGG myth is that Mr. Girl lies. Did we ever say Mr. Girl lies? I feel like people had a lot of criticism about him. I feel like the criticism would have been that he's honest to a fault, though. Not that he lies, no? I don't know what he's referring to. Maybe he's referring to something more specific there? I don't remember.
...had been speaking publicly about Max's relationship with his girlfriend Shaylin. I personally view Max and Shaylin's relationship as mutually emotionally abusive. But most of the internet at this time regarded Max to be the only, or at least the more, abusive one
she's
to do.
spitting.
He was
She's
a provocative
kind of
content he
spitting.
put out, giving insight to the private, intimate arguments they would have.
Cherry is winning me over here with the actual, like, not retarded engagement with Mr. Girl.
Max and Steven agreed for Nato Erudite to moderate the
Very rare
conversation.
to see.
After about an hour, Max starts to vocalize his concern that Nato Erudite is not so neutral.
I need to...
So just to be clear, none of this is like on me, so I appreciate like this like hard.
But actions that sort of punish them for not letting you cross that boundary. Like that. Yeah, that's not respecting the boundary, really, is it? Why is she being so fucking autistic about it? I know why she's being autistic about this. It's to fucking show fealty.
Okay. Sorry. Anyway. Cherry was obsessed with Kyla. Holy shit. Destiny, do you ever think there's a line between like people who actually hate you this much for no reason versus it's going to get them views before, therefore clicks and money? I don't think that this is a clicks or money motivated thing. I think a really damaging thing right now is that this is plugged into political stuff, and it's made all of this also like 10 times more cancerous. There really was like a fucking Infinity Stone gathering of things to make this work. You've got Pixie, like the ultra progressive girl who secretly like wants to have a hoe phase and then publicly defends like OnlyFans, but like is also super insecure about their sexuality. Like that was like a perfect storm of shit. You've got Lauren De Laguna, who I guess just wasn't popular enough for her crazy shit to follow her, and I didn't catch it until too late. I didn't realize like all the insane fucking shit in this woman's past and now present and definitely her future. Who ends up being best friends with Pixie. You've got the fucking Gisticle and all these people who are trying to date or be with people that have been on my stream before, despite them not. Never mind. That's a whole other weird thing that these guys do. And then you've got like the whole political climate today where like the far left all have like mobilized these communities against people like Ethan Klein. So you got like your whole snarker server shit and everything and all of that stuff. Like all of this stuff was just the Infinity Stone gauntlet of just insanely crazy, stupid shit. Oh, you've got the solo guy who's a Queeman fan. He was active in Queeman's Discord. Justical and everybody knows this, but they like to pretend he was a DGGer because he watched me beforehand. Obviously, if anybody watches any of these people, you're going to watch my stuff. And you probably, the biggest haters are usually ex-fans, but the solo dude was a Queeman fucking fan, and he was the one that was honeypotting me on that account and was leaking everything. It was just like the perfect storm of so many different crazy things where like everything amps up the thing to the next level. They say he wasn't a Queeman fan, but just that he went to his Discord to leak. No, that's not true. He had messages in there, but he deleted them all, and Queeman never saved any of them, for obvious reasons. Maybe I'm off, but it seems like politics is just an excuse for these obsessive people to tell themselves they're doing the morally right thing. I don't know how much that plugs into it or if it's like a more personal thing. I mean, like, this is like barely, like, I don't know how much of this I would call politics. This is like barely political, but unfortunately it's being weaponized in real ways that has, I would say, political impacts, but. Please, Queen Joan, Supreme Ruler of Lawyers, please file tonight. Oh, you post an LSF. If an IDF soldier wants to go buy a dress and wear it, they're allowed, assuming they're uniform. Jesus Christ. How much does this guy fucking argue about me? Was it just 2 days ago? Jesus. 3 days ago? How many posts has he made in 3 days? Holy shit. 12 days ago. Jeez, does he only post about me? Wait. Did I reply to this guy? Oh, holy shit, I did. I didn't even fucking realize it. Jesus Christ. What evidence has plaintiff submitted where she failed to follow the federal rules for collecting ESI? I didn't even know this guy was this fucking crazy. Because he's posting this retarded talking point, and I saw it on the thread, and I was like, fuck it, I will reply to this guy. Whatever. These people will copy-paste the same argument across multiple accounts, across multiple threads. User / whiff sniffin replied to your post in r/livestream fail. User the Coca-Cola drinker. Conference number 8535. Oh. Damn, if they find child sex abuse material on his computer before getting this evidence, just think of, and then if they found the sexual abuse saved on his computer before getting all this, just think of, oh, these are two totally different accounts. I wonder if it's the same person. Jesus. Do I even read YouTube chat? Did you just ask that? That grilled account has been around for years. He was posting since I became a fan, even before Mr. Girl even. We love Whick here. Why are we we're not burning any Whick Bridge. I didn't say that. Oh, I love this thing here too. This is what Connor is retarded enough to fall for. Which also means by Destiny's current logic, which he uses as an excuse to dox and harass people, that Destiny is a sex trafficker because Solo is a DGGer, a logic I personally disagree with. It's not, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. Joan Peters, Pixie's lawyer, from the rafters with a steel chair. Jesus Christ. Post in Loner Box, DGG Snark, YouTube drama. This is a mega crazy fucking subreddit. This subreddit has been totally corrupted by weirdo lefties. 93 comments. Destiny/Steven Metals on a doxing rampage, including the minor involved in his court case. Rampage. Oh, this isn't about anything bad at all. Jesus Christ. How? How much time? Can you? This is just one person also. Just one guy. watch some of this back and forth between Dooby and Whick.
Quickly.
So I just want to clarify why I left your server, right? It's not because I have an issue with you or anything like that, or I feel like I'm being pressured out. I just don't think it's fair to you and the community for all that pressure and all this shit to be happening there because I'm there. So that's why I left. You know? So
Oh, now he's trying to cast himself as the good guy and me as the villain. That's cute.
that's all it is.
The issue I have, right, is I feel like I went to bat for you. I did. I went to bat for you, and Destiny was saying, I'm going to blacklist anyone with Dooby in the community, and I was like, Dooby's my community member. I'm not gonna ban him, so I'm gonna make a compromise, and I think the compromise was reasonable. And I don't know, you kind of threw some shit at me, man.
You didn't like the
It's not
tweet.
okay.
I thought the tweet was funny. I'm sorry, but to be clear, let me express why I thought it was okay to retweet the thing, right? And why
I mean, it's okay to criticize me.
Oh, wait, yeah. Link that retweet.
Absolutely is, but I'm just saying, man, like doing that after I had risked something for you, it's kind of shitty.
Sure, I can take that criticism. I just thought the meme was funny, so I retweeted it. But just really quick,
Adult child. That's going to be the thing that lives in my head a lot over the, when we do, those will carry over to the politics stuff too. It's the adult child. Oh, I just did it. I don't know. I thought it was funny. LOL. I don't know. I just did it. I could, Oh, this was the meme. Especially after, that is true too. It does kind of suck too because Whick did go to bat for Dooby pretty well against me, I'm very, very scary, right? And very like ready to destroy all these communities and do all this horrible, crazy shit. So that was a really brave thing that it was a really, really brave thing that Whick did. If I'm even half as crazy and terrible as these people say, right? Dooby reposted. See her reply. I got to get to a more normal part of the internet. I keep saying that, guys, but I don't think you guys understand. There is no more normal like this anymore. Like, this is the era of, like, this type of politics and Trump and everything else. Like, this is what they've greenlit. And then this is what, until something changes, like, what all of our politics is going to be.
So maybe I can express, I'm sure you've heard this all day yesterday, right? But express why I think people might still have criticisms of you, even if you went to bat for me. Maybe I can just explain that if you'd like.
Go ahead. We're waiting. So
Okay.
Why not?
So
my issue is no one's giving me charity on this, and it's funny because DGG, I see you. You guys were kind of mean to me too, just asking for a fucking compromise. But yeah, my community was like, you sell out, you dick suck, and all these things. I think I have been very reasonable. I think I have been very...
Why do you say you'll cut off everybody who associates with a certain person? Because I have not met any other person, maybe a couple in my life, who have the mental Fort Knox, okay, that I do. The problem is that every single person, if they try to associate with these other people, over time, they will always get mind destroyed. Every single time. You saw what happened with Connor, who, of all the online people, is kind of, I think, maybe even pathetic as it is to say, aside from maybe Kyla, it was probably one of my closer, like, if whatever is a friend in this arena, you know, like friend person. We had personal conversations. I think I knew about his divorce thing a few months before it happened, or maybe a month or two before it happened, online or whatever. We, you know, drove, it's like a 2-hour drive to go up and pick him up and go shooting, and we've done like a ton of stuff. And for that person to just immediately start like rattling off the most insane fucking things about me, and it's like, okay, this is fine. Like, if I have... And then it's also, the thing that also is so damaging, right? I complain about this with Nazis, like everything ties together, okay? I complain about this with debating Nazis and centrists. I complain about today with the Joe Rogans and everything. If it was me against Gisticle and Dooby and Queeman and all these weirdo fucking people, that's fine. It is so much harder, though, when you have the moderates in between you who are claiming that they are adhering to some lofty principles of like free speech and equal opportunity or whatever, when both sides of this are not playing even remotely the same. Because that middle person always gives the illusion that it's so much more even on both sides than it actually is, and it is so unbelievably damaging. So I'd rather just not have any association, because if they're just like an enemy, then fine, you know? Like if Dooby, just to go on these people, and Connor are all on the same team, oh fine, they're all fucking snarkers. But when it's like a person in the middle, it's like, well, I'm this guy's friend and I'm doing what I can do that I know is the best thing for him and blah blah blah. Well, now I look like a fucking unhinged maniac. Fuck me. Now you make me look fucking insane, you know? I don't think that these people are bad, to be clear. I don't even think that Connor is like a bad person. I think that he's just been mind fucked by seeing a lot of these same things over and 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 over again. Because it's very, very hard to keep yourself from falling into it if you see it. I feel like I said that. I feel like I said that to you guys when the big anti-Hassan stuff started. Fuck, when was this? It was like, I think it was a couple months ago. I think I like retweeted like 2 or 3 anti-Hassan things because he was starting to pick up traction. And like in one night, my whole algorithm was like, fuck Hassan. And I'm like, damn, I feel like the whole world hates him now. But like, I understand that this is the algorithm that I've picked up now and it could lead you to think. But like, if I was just like a random person, I'd be like, holy shit, Hassan fucked his whole life up in literally one day because every single motherfucker on the planet hates him. This is awesome. And that would be it. Like, it's just very, very hard to protect from these types of things. And then when you start to add on financial incentives, and then when you start to add on community incentives, and then when you start to add on like real dangerous stuff, right? Connor can bridge burn with me with no consequence, right? Aside from like, I won't be on his streams or whatever, right? But like nothing's going to happen to Connor. And he knows that. All these people know that. Nothing bad is going to happen to you if we bridge burn. Nothing ever has happened bad that's not self-inflicted, right? Meanwhile, if Connor were to bridge burn with me, were to bridge burn with like Dooby or those guys, you're putting yourself in the crosshairs now. Like that's a scary position to be in. Hotch has said it. I don't want to call all the names, but like I'm pretty sure it's been at least 5 or 10 people over the past couple of weeks who have come out and said something who have been just full doxed because it's like, that's what happens. So it's like, yeah.
I don't know, man. Like I'm going through it. I'm trying to make the best of things. I'm trying to thread the needle. I don't know, man. It feels kind of shitty. So go ahead.
I get it. And like I said, if you want to say it was unfair to criticize you in that way or to retweet it, like I get it.
Like it's the child thing. Okay, maybe it was unfair to criticize you in that way. Remember the criticism of Dooby, the criticism of Whick by Dooby here, that meme was saying that like you're part of the DGG mind destruction occupation squad. Everything you do is just repeating lines given to you by the DGG narrative. Like that was the joke. And it's because they felt like they were losing control of Whick. I don't have it all right now. Maybe somebody will send it to me. I don't know. But like the lines that were going on all these Discord servers on the side when I was talking to Whick, where all of them were throwing Whick under the bus saying he's sold out. He fucked his whole community just because of Destiny. He's a fucking loser. Just filled his Discord server. Everybody was talking about this, right? So Dooby probably felt like retweeting that at the time because the assumption was that Whick was lost to these guys. So he's like, ah, fuck it. Let's just like go all in, you know? That's what was actually happening.
But like maybe I'm just a bit jaded and I'm not going through this directly as you. You just found out you were doxxed. And, you know, when I found out, obviously, I had no idea. And I told you in DMs when they made that claim that I'd find it for you if you could tell me where it was. I had no fucking idea, and I don't support that, of course. I never support that. So maybe I just wasn't appreciating how fucked things were for you at the time. So yeah.
That's one of the issues I'm having now is I was assured over and over and over again by people who were anti-Destiny or pro-Snark server even, that doxing wasn't happening in this Snark server. And I was like, oh.
There's another thing that's so annoying to me. I just again and again, when I have to say things that are just so obvious. When you vouch for somebody or when you vouch for something, you are lending a part of your reputation or credibility to that thing. You're saying, I'm a credible person. I'm recommending my friend for a job interview. I'm recommending that you use this product. I'm telling you that this area is safe. I'm telling you that this food is good. I'm telling you that you'll like this movie. You're trading on your reputation there when you say these things. In no circumstances ever would you ever lend your reputation to a thing and not have any idea what the fuck is happening. That's just a crazy, stupid, obviously stupid thing to do. Dusty, do you think the lawsuit ending will hamper them at all in these efforts? The thing that helps the most on is that right now, if somebody sends a crazy email to like David Pacman, this happened with David, and it's happened with other creators. If somebody sends a crazy email, they can open with, this guy is part of an open lawsuit accusing him of all these horrible things. And if you Google it, that's true. This is an open lawsuit. So the burden is on me to explain any of this, which is impossible. Because like, there's like 12 different twists that individually are hard to believe. Okay. It's a crazy set of circumstances. But when the court case is over, now the burden shifts to them to explain. So if somebody's like, oh, there's a court case, like, okay, yeah, but it was dismissed. Now they have to explain, okay, it might have been dismissed, but let me tell you all the reasons why it's not actually, it shouldn't have been dismissed and why he rigged it. And it's like, now that shifts to them to kind of sound schizo, you know?
Okay,
Right.
well, I don't know.
So they'll probably double down and shit. But outside of this like weirdo, perverted, like Twitch poll space, it's harder for them to have an impact or have any reach once that court case is dismissed.
Seen anything. And Destiny and others were saying, yeah, some fucky wucky shit was going on in there. And I didn't know who to believe because
like, here's what's happening, right? If I'm saying something is happening and I'm not showing you proof for it, I'm trading on my reputation at that point. I'm saying to you, oh, do you think I'm reputable? I'm staking some of my reputation on telling you that this is happening. And you know what? If I'm wrong on that, and if I can't produce proof, that should hurt my reputation in the future. Like, I don't know. Destiny kind of lies about some shit. I'm not sure about this guy, right? And Dooby wanted to stake his reputation on the other side of it, and then he was wrong. So it's like, what? I mean, like, that should hurt his credibility. It should. I mean, not that any of these people give a fuck, but...
I didn't see any evidence. So then I see evidence, and I didn't, to be clear, the evidence I saw, I don't know where that was from, right? But then after I see the evidence, the Snark server puts out a tweet saying, yeah, we had some doxers in our server. There was some doxing that went on that, oops, we missed. I don't know, man. The credibility of Destiny and the people saying it was happening has shot up in my mind, and the credibility of those
nice. Well, that's good. Okay.
saying it wasn't happening
Pre-watched.
has gone down.
And that's inarguable. You can't argue against that because you staked your reputation on it, and you were completely and totally fucking wrong. And you continued to lie about it after I showed Whick. So Whick is also staking his reputation a bit. I mean, you have to believe, would Whick really lie about a thing I'm showing him firsthand? That'd be kind of crazy. But
yeah, I totally get that. And I was one of those people telling you that there's no doxing happening in there.
Yep,
right?
that's why that's why I now have questions, right?
And also keep in mind, again, this is why I think that Dooby should be a known person. Dooby is not a random person. Dooby is the owner, and he brags about this constantly, of the largest politics server on Discord. So Dooby was staking his reputation as the owner of the largest politics server on Discord to say that this other server that he was in had no doxing, that they weren't doing that there. Like, that's a crazy claim to make, to hope that I just didn't have proof of it.
And again, I
don't
totally
know.
understand
I don't know. To be clear, I didn't see your name, but yeah, I'm now.
Yeah, I'm not saying that's unreasonable at all. I think that is reasonable. So, but I can just give you my perspective on that. So, like I said, I was added to the server in September. I think around the time it was created, and I didn't check it very much. And I have when I have checked it,
for this stuff here, like every argument that he's giving, and I hate how shifty they are. Maybe Whick calls this out, right? If you don't check it very much, you don't know, then why would you defend it? Like, that's the most obvious thing in the world, right? I feel like I'm at, like, this is like a deposition, right? And it's like, what do you think that anybody was ever mean to this coworker? Like, if you have no idea, then your lawyer would tell you, hey, just tell him you don't know. You don't want to speculate. I don't know. You wouldn't be like, well, probably not. I don't think so, you know. I really didn't go into the office much, but, like, when I was there, I didn't see anything happening. So, yeah, probably not. Like, no, why would you destroy yourself like that? You're making your character impeachable when now you're in court. Now you look a fucking retard if this actually happened. Why would you say this?
Last 8 months or whatever, it just hasn't had that kind of shit. And to be clear, when I got this account, I didn't bother to rejoin it because I just never checked the thing anyway. So I rejoined it a couple of days ago when people reminded me of it. And I looked at it, I didn't see any of that stuff. But also they cleared the chat from like May 11th back. So it's possible it's in there. I just have not seen it. And if I had seen it, I would tell you. And I would tell, I don't support that kind of shit at all, ever.
Yeah, I understand.
It's
but
possible
like,
they could have like some secret channel.
Said before, and then I saw evidence that was not true, and it's possible. It's
but what that
possible you
screenshot
just missed it, but
yeah. So my understanding is that screenshot was it was Rita, is what I think, and it was like last year, and they're saying that that's the only time it happened, and they missed it at the time. And I know I was running a Discord.
Now, if Whick was super on the ball here, what Whick should say is, "Who told you this?" Right? Because if you're paying attention here, Dooby's just admitting that people are feeding him lines, right? Well, my understanding is who told you that? Who gave you this? I don't know if they'll ask him or not, but
Discord server, it's possible to miss things. I don't know if it's true that they miss it. It could be that they were just okay with it at the time. But I'm telling you that I didn't see it, and if I'd seen it, I would call it out. And it could be the case that they have like some secret room in there, a secret channel that I don't have access to, or they're just doxing everybody. I just have not seen anything like that. And if I had seen it, I would tell you. I would tell anybody they're doing that too.
Okay.
So all I can tell you is what I've seen and what I would
guess
do.
we'll wait for the rest of the evidence because, like, again, at this point, I just don't trust. I don't trust that. And I'm sorry, but I just don't. Just to
also, fuck. Does anybody remember what did Shelby do to Esports Batman? Does anybody remember why they hate her so much now? Somebody.
To clarify a few things that since Connor's back that I wanted to talk about, and Connor, you are frustrating the fuck out of me because I don't think you're listening, and I want to make sure that you actually understand what's being argued here and what's being talked about. When we're talking about,
they all seem to be in all of the doxing servers, and all of them never seem to all of them seem to never see it. Yeah, of course, but this works on people like Connor, right? When because even when like the Nicandros and the Shamu guy get like basically caught directly, they're like, well, just because fuck, what was this stupid fucking argument? Just because you post a doxing tool in a Discord and you're trying to find somebody's identity and you post the name of the thing that you're trying to dox doesn't mean you've actually doxed the person, because you're not like copy pasting the result. It's like nobody believes this. This is fucking retarded. Okay. Oh, I think a long time ago that Save a Sexual guy, because he's a weirdo fucking creeper, I think he posted a picture of himself to argue something about himself, and I think Shell Boner, I think she made fun of him one time in Jessica's Discord server and reposted his picture, and he, you know, obviously now he's screaming like, dox me, dox me, dox me, dox me, dox me, dox me. And it's really funny for all of his kicking up dust and being so fucking mad about me all the time. Esports Batman, I'm pretty sure all Shell did was repost that picture of Seba. He's like, you know, if someone doxes Shelby, I think at this point she deserves it. Being funny is not an excuse for being a human shitbag. It's kind of like when you see child predators killed in prison, you don't condone it, but you understand why. It's why I said I don't support it, but I'm not going to lie and say it wouldn't be without reason. Like, all of these guys talk like this. And Connor would see this and go, guys, we need to talk about the difference between descriptive and prescriptive. We need to talk about the difference between a descriptive statement and a prescriptive. And it's like, oh my God. But yeah. And this is Esports Batman, one of the people who cries the most about all this shit.
The accusation that Dooby was justifying A-logging Nathan, right? That happened on my stream, right? We had a gentleman call in by the name of Gawk, and Gawk decided to he had made a tweet that he was going to log every single thing Nathan said and keep it on hand, and anytime Nathan would try to get a job in the future, he would send that information to his employers and potential employers and keep him from getting a job till he was like 30 or some shit. It was fucked up and it was gross. And when asked why, like, hey Gawk, why do you think this is okay? He's like, well, Destiny's a bad person and he deserves to be punished. And so we're going to target his child. Directly after that conversation, Dooby does come in to, in my opinion, and Dooby will probably disagree with my characterization, but run a soft defense for that. Saying things like, well, I don't personally agree with it, but I can understand why someone might do such a thing. And this kind of language and this kind of discussion does kind of give a soft defense for that kind of behavior in a way that kind of washes your hands, right? Like saying, well, I'd never do it, but you know, I get it. I can kind of understand. And it's the problem with it is, yeah, that could be an actual argument and fair enough, but in the context of all that's going on, in the context of Dooby's hate for Destiny, it does take on a different connotation. Does it not?
Sure. But allow me to articulate something.
Go ahead.
I don't believe this. I am articulating this because I'm trying to understand
oh my God,
my rivals and enemies. Okay?
I'm going to get triggered, aren't I?
What my rivals and enemies have articulated to me in the past is that they do not like me associating with Steven because they believe that Steven uses clout, money, power, and influence in order to attract mentally ill women, engage with them in promiscuous behavior, and then use his platform to harass them off of being interested in him whenever they become inconvenient to his life.
Like, this might even be further than the Mr. Girl theory about me. Like, can we get some examples, please? Maybe beyond the Anna Var one, because I don't think anybody even fucking remembers the details, apparently, from that anymore. Because the different stories I hear about this is fucking crazy. What? Who are all these girls that we're talking about? What the fuck are we talking about for anything? Why would I ever do like a media blackout on Anna Var if I just wanted to harass these people, into perpetuity? What, like?
Now, I think
agree with that characterization.
What's that?
Do you agree with that characterization? Do you think that
No, I think he engages with mentally ill women, but mentally ill women still have agency. So
No,
I don't have like this white knight complex where
That's a crazy singular point to disagree on. Thanks, buddy.
I think just because a woman is crazy, she doesn't have any capacity for culpability or thought. But hold on,
Can
hold
I
on.
also
That's
just
just the
ask
beginning.
how this is addressing the issue that we are talking
Sure,
about?
I'll get. Please indulge me. Just another 30 seconds. So basically, in this scenario, you would believe, and they've articulated, that he is a digital rapist. I do not agree with this characterization. But in their worldview, they believe Stephen is a uniquely Machiavellian and evil character who is using power to gain sexual access and then emotionally abuse women, and he will not stop until he is fucked over by his own behavior. And so once again, I do not have this perspective. But if you believed this to be true, would it not be a moral good to destroy this person's career?
Like, why are we even doing this argument? Like, yeah, but I could, you could literally justify any action if you're gonna assume any facts, not in evidence, right? Like, what if you really did believe that you were in the Matrix and Connor was about to turn into Agent Smith? Wait, I guess, yeah.
Okay, it might, but we aren't talking about that.
Yes,
We're
we
talking
are.
about going after
J-Stock and fucking Queenman's motivation and their community's motivation is that Destiny is a uniquely evil character.
Sure, that's another argument that we aren't
No, it's
having
not.
right now. Okay, well, let me just ask you. If I thought that you were an evil Machiavellian rapist,
good job. Yeah.
Who is bringing on e-girls to rape them and then bully them off the internet, would it be justified to go after your child?
I don't think so.
Okay,
But they do.
Right, that's what was happening, though, right? We don't have to go hypothetical. That's what this man was doing.
They
Right?
do think that. I don't think that. They think that.
Okay, I don't care if they think that. They're just obviously wrong.
How so?
If I were to...
So now you have to prove the negative? You need to prove the negative. Otherwise, it can just stand that these people are trying to destroy my life and the life of every single person around me and justify why they can log my child and then harass him into the future when he's an adult.
To kill someone's child. It is not justice for someone to kill my child in response. That is by no means
That's because
fair.
you have
That is
Christian
by no means
morality.
Justice. I think that this is a correct morality. Right?
I
My
agree with
morality
you.
is simply better than theirs.
Weirdly enough, Dooby, don't you agree with Whick?
Yeah, I said even if they did it to him, so even if he did it to them, I don't think it's justified to do it to him.
Oh my god. How is he such a fleshlight? Jesus.
So we all agree. We all have Christian morality. We all
you're
agree with
dodging.
tit for tat with
Y'all are
10%
dodging.
and or turning the other cheek.
Y'all are dodging. This is the thing where like, well, I wouldn't do it, but their
Correct.
morality, I can understand.
I'm saying no one should do it.
Well, hold on.
I'm saying no
I
one
can get
should
more
do it.
descriptive, and I can get more descriptive
Justification.
because I think Whick will be able to understand this fairly quickly. So, just because we, as a collective in this voice chat, all agree, doesn't mean that everybody does. So, for instance, there are other moral systems, eye for an eye, and also what I call barbarian retributive violence. So, barbarian retributive violence is exactly what it sounds like. You come over here and you kill my child. Well, I go to your tribe and I kill all the men, I enslave all the women, enslave all the children, and I kill your child. That's barbarian retributive violence. And up until 3,000 years ago, that's the way that the world worked. Okay?
I understand.
And then the
it might be
Jews.
right thing. I get it, right?
Okay, hold on. I'm almost done, though, I promise.
One of my frustrations with you, Connor, right now, and
Why?
Dooby as well.
I mean, my frustration is I wasn't able to articulate eye for an eye, but go ahead.
Do you not think I'm aware of what the argument for eye for an eye is?
No, you might be, but you're kind of saying that, like, nobody can have eye for an eye morality, but Stephen himself engages in eye for an eye and arguably barbarian retributive violence.
Nothing has happened to any of my ops. Aside from self-inflicted, like if they burn their own bridges with their other friends, or like Kelly and Justicle's community, like having a falling out with each other, like nothing has happened to any of these people. What are we talking about? Like this burned the whole fucking forest down. What has been raised?
I do not think how Destiny is acting is entirely appropriate. However, given the evidence that I have seen, And now the knowledge that not only am I a target, but I wouldn't say everyone, but people who I know, people who have come on my show are getting targeted, then I can see where he is correct that these people are behaving badly. And I don't agree necessarily, nor would I respond to it in the same way, but I am more open to what he is doing now. Does that make sense? But he is not, to my knowledge, just real quick, he is not, to my knowledge, and where I would say, okay, I just don't think it's okay to do this. He's not going after anyone's family directly.
Okay.
Am I wrong?
I will address. Yeah, I will address that.
Okay.
Give me 1 second though. If you don't like the way I'm talking about this, fuck off. Okay.
Me?
No, my chat.
Okay, I was like,
I like to yap. I like to go into theory. I like to talk about deeper concepts. If you don't like attributive violence, I've been doxxed, but that was bad empanada more than anybody else.
In
But
this
anyways,
in this group, they have doxed me, and
Sure.
I don't know if it's this group, but people who have been on my show have told me, and I believe them because I've seen some evidence of it as well. They have also been doxed. So,
Sure.
like, it's not just a hypothetical. It's not just a maybe. It's not just a well. What'd you think if in this case? No, it's actually happening.
this is why I wanted you to allow me to articulate eye for an eye.
Yeah.
So with eye for an eye, if you poke out my eye, I am entitled to poke out your eye, or I am entitled to some kind of compensation that is about the equivalent of my eye. And so Esports Batman has been doxxed, and Esports Batman Sin, as far as I can tell, is providing legal feedback to the tribe that is allegedly engaged in barbarian retributive violence against Destiny. So and here's the thing, that's not eye for an eye. Destiny could have provided aid to somebody who was internet enemies with Esports Batman, and that would have been tit for tat. Or internet enemies have provided aid to somebody who was internet enemies with Esports Batman, and that would have been tit for tat.
These guys don't have enemies, though. Their enemies are all fictitious and imagined. It's just me. I'm the enemy. It's not like these people are nobody outside of their obsessive harassment of me. It's not like these guys have like reputations or names or anything on the internet. They're just randoms that are all attached to the tumor that is this weird snark shit.
Or he could, I mean, actually, I think that might even be eye for an eye as well. But that's not what he did. He doxed him, which is barbarian retributive violence. So if Steven himself,
oh my god,
is engaged in barbarian retributive violence, and you are viewed as a tribal member of Destiny's tribe, why wouldn't barbarian retributive violence?
Also, I love that whole legal. He's just providing legal advice.
Be visited upon you, just logically, descriptively.
If we're talking, this is kind of an is-ought thing. Is it going to happen? Well, it is. It is happening. Should it? No. And I'm telling you right now, even if one.
When I go full villain now, there's nothing to go full villain on. These guys have nothing. There's nothing you can damage for any of these people. They're just random fucking losers on the internet. There's nothing like the most villainous shit that I could do to these people would be finding a way to put like a fucking Bitcoin harvester on their computer and to burn their GPU out. That would be the burning the village down equivalent.
Dooby, do you disagree with what Whick just said?
Or one tribe, can I finish, please? Just one tribe, one group, one country is engaged in this kind of warfare. It does not justify engaging in that kind of warfare back. And there is a argument to be had about who fired the first shot here, and that does play into how we should weight these people in their actions. If, as I now believe, the snarkers, I know I'm being very broad with this because I don't know individual names besides like maybe one or two, right? And so I'm not going to make any kind of sweeping accusations here, right? But the snarkers as a community are engaged in this behavior, and they have been coming after Destiny for over a year and doing all the things that he has claimed that they are doing, which again, I'm giving more credibility now than I did a week ago because I've seen direct evidence that he is correct and the other people had been lying to me, or at least grossly negligently mistaken, right? I'm giving the best charity to them in that case, right? Then, if he's correct about this, he might be correct about the rest of it as well. And so if that is happening, I'm weighting the morality here different, right? Because he's not going after Esports Batman's kid, is he?
Well,
no. Okay. So when people come in and go after his
he's not going to make the argument of like, well, it's kind of the same thing though.
His child, and then justify even softly going after his child, I think that's fucked up. And
Sure.
I think that Dooby
It is fucked up.
specifically has soft justified it.
Yeah, but yeah, I was about to say, Dooby, do you even disagree with Wick's opening that descriptively this is going to happen, but prescriptively it is bad?
No. So when you say stop justifying, I'm not justifying. I've said it's not justified repeatedly. What I'm saying is that the reality is, given the space we're in, given the way that these kind of streamer communities behave, and given that there are crazy ass super fans of them,
the children, right? This is the children argument, right? This is just will happen. It'll happen. This is just what's going to happen. It'll happen. It'll happen. Destiny needs to stop. This is going to happen. Otherwise, this will happen. This will happen.
Too far. When you encourage doxing, of all these people that he's encouraged doxing of, or just outright doxed, like Wicked Supreme, Lucky Sports Batman, etc. When you do this, the reality is you're putting everybody around this person at risk. That is a reality. I understand that like expressing that reality makes it seem more.
And it's so funny that he says like this is the reality when the reality is a hypothetical because none of this has happened. None of any of these people or any of the people around them are at risk. Meanwhile, it is the reality on my end. I've shown DMs on screen of random people that I followed on Instagram who are getting fired from their jobs because of harassment of their employers. You've seen Pixie's fucking lawyers printed the fucking name of the victim in my case because they're so fucking sloppy with all their filings about a week ago. You know, that girl got dragged in on the back of all this shit. You've seen them go after, like, there's like a million fucking things. And it's just so funny to hear these fucking retards. And then for Connor, the retard fleshlight, to allow these arguments to resonate. It's like, wow, that's true. You know, there's realities and hypothetical damages and everything else. Like, every single thing they're saying is the reality. These are hypothetical things that have never happened to any of the people on their side, but they are actually and constantly happening to everybody on my side. It just...
more real, but it was always real. This was always the case. This is why.
Argument, even
this
if
is why.
Well, it doesn't justify it. It does justify it.
No, it doesn't, Wick. What I'm saying, this is why. What this justifies, actually, is you and Connor and everybody in the space saying this is too far. This is a red line. Everybody, including fucking Destiny, needs to stop, and this needs to be a red line again. That's what I'm saying is justified. That's my prescription, actually.
How many times have you ever heard Dooby tell the other side, "Hey, you guys need to chill"?
Is we need to stop everybody involved, whether it's Snarker people, Destiny people.
Oh, cute. Sorry, we're reading this for the first time. I haven't seen this before. I was pretty sure. So remember earlier we read that this is also why I like, listen, I love you guys. I appreciate the fact that you guys don't generally like to hear about this shit or you think it's drama because that's the type of community I was trying to fucking move to. But like the most annoying thing is like, well, if you just ignore them, they'll go away. Ha 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 ha. So there's that thing we read earlier from Justical where he's like, oh, I should put together like a quick paste spin of like all the best hits or whatever so we can send these out to people. Just saw that David Pakman news. Damn. What happened? Oh, he canceled his event with Destiny. Miss Pac-Man found out. Oh, good one. Haha. Oh, this is back when these guys thought I was going to be fucking charged with crimes. I wonder what the cope would become if he were criminally charged. Meanwhile, these guys have coped and shifted their goalposts so much. How come you pulled out now if you already knew about it before signing up for it? I would love to see what Pac-Man was originally told about what happened. He must have known Melina, and Melina's statements alone are pretty bad, given the evidence of how widespread this was. So that my guess is that he has something that he put together. This is also why I was so fucking irritated by David Pakman for pulling out, because a few people emailed him retarded fucking shit. And I know it was these guys on this Discord server as well. They did that weird shit with Z too? Yep, they did. That's one of the reasons why they harassed the fuck out of her as well. They post weird and disgusting things about how she looks, and they do all that too because the Unfuck America stuff didn't separate from me enough. So that's, if you ever see weird misogynistic or weird cringe attacks, some of them name themselves after her. If you see like Z, there's I don't know which one it is, if it's Stassi or somebody else goes around with like a name that's like making fun of her name or whatever. Imagine he just took accountability and tried to work together with the victims instead of smearing them and further damaging them. Imagine. Funny thing, because I am the largest victim, by the way, of that entire leak. Except for if you consider a part of the leak, I guess technically the young girl would be. But like of all the stacking of victims here, Pixie is like so far at the fucking bottom of the list. Oh, nice. We've got fucking wicked dipshit here. I typed this out earlier, but I deleted it because I thought it was Banal. But yes. Banal, banal? Yes, that's true. True, good one. It's bewildering that Destiny chose defense instead of accountability. And then he chose offense. True. I should have given Pixie every dollar I've ever made in my entire life. True. What a smart guy. CIA worker or whatever. This fucking retard. His brain got fried when he lost a debate about China and Taiwan to me, and I read like one line on Wikipedia about it, and he was so fucking over his head on it. It was unbelievable to me. I don't know if he lied about his whole fucking background after that debate. That was crazy. Uh-oh, who's this guy? Like giving Jane $15 million? True. Oh, he is the only person who is alleging this. It may be real, but he has not posted actual proof of this being real, and his constant referrals to it are just deflections. True. Jesus. How old was this? When was the David thing? I don't remember if this was a year ago or these. But dude, I'm not exaggerating. It's so much. It's so much talking. He posted a single paragraph with no indication of it being an official or real document. There are at minimum 4 to 8 women who have the same grievance as Pixie. I'm guessing there are more, but I can't really speculate too much. Jesus Christ. I mean, at this point, he's just attacking everyone. Maybe that works in the end? I watched a bit of his review, and he keeps trying to point out how Abby MC shouldn't be referenced. But her name was referenced in documents weeks ago. I don't know if you're allowed to steal an identity you've already used in public filings. What do you think Destiny deserves based on what you've observed? The reputation of a sexual predator. Jesus Christ. True. Oh, wait, is this the person? I don't know who this is. Z white woman near... What is this? Anything. I wonder if we can get the name changed to the Flocking DGG Discord. Just watched the part 2 where Whick was controlled like a puppet. Shocker. Oh yeah, this is an anti-Z thing. As a lifelong Democrat, I didn't know what to make of Charlie Kirk. I've since spent several lunch breaks watching his debates, and I don't even know why. Oh, never mind. I do know why. It's because if they don't disavow me hard enough, then they start fucking snarking on you too. Sex offender. True. I'm gonna get arrested any day now. It's nonsensical and only works so long as nobody is informed to point out how he's misleading others. Good job. What do you think he's going to get criminally charged for? Wiretapping is the most likely charge. True. Sharing indecent media with a minor. Trying to transport a minor over state lines. What a cope. How was this a year ago? I don't remember when this was, when David Pakman cancels. But anyway, fuck me, dude.
Everybody needs to stop crossing the red line. Because the reality is we are putting people in danger when we do that kind of shit. So we should not do that kind of shit.
I agree with you, but again, every time Destiny points out that this is what is happening.
These were from May 15th of 2025, last year.
Right? Everyone's like, well, he's doing it too, right?
Yeah, can I respond to that too?
What do you think people hear when you continue to say that?
Okay,
regardless of whether you intend to communicate or not. What do you think people hear when they continue? When every time anything that is done to Destiny or to me,
can both of y'all pause real quick?
Orbiters, right, is said, right? When you say every time that happens, they're like, well, you know, Destiny did X, Y, and Z. What do
can both of y'all pause real quick just because fucking DGG is not sending their best. They're fucking retarded slurs, dipshits, and you only count F slurs. Give me a second.
You say
DGG, so not sending their best. They're fucking retarded, and I need to explain something that I already explained multiple times. Give me a second. So, no, you fucking F slurs. Wish I could call you F slurs. You're saying unilateral disarmament? No, you dipshits. Counterinsurgency warfare, which means that you properly separate civilians from your enemy and you only kill your enemy. It's literally that fucking simple. And if you want me, I'm not even gonna bother explaining this again because you guys are gonna fucking piss me the fuck off. Rewind 5 hours and watch the content. If you say the words unilateral disarmament in my chat again, perma. Fuck you. You're too stupid for this conversation. Go get Velcro shoes. Call the state. Get a home healthcare worker. Fuck off. Twitch and YouTube politics are not for you.
Actually, this is helpful. You just reminded me of something, Connor. Because you are both Zion Nazis. So maybe this will be more helpful for you guys. So after October 7th, right? I think we all saw crazy shit being said by Israelis, by people who just hate the Palestinians, whatever, saying that they're all Hamas, whatever the fuck. And I think in the immediate aftermath, it's reasonable to expect that some people are going to be so emotional, so angry, they're going to say shit they don't mean. They might, and if they're a soldier and you're in Gaza, you might go way out of bounds and do something that you shouldn't. You might kill a child because you're that fucking angry. I think describing that reality is not the same as justifying that reality, which is why the rules are important, which is why we need to make sure the red lines stay the red lines.
In certain contexts, you would be correct, but in the context of what's happening here, I don't think you are. If you are constantly, if you're aware and active in spaces that you know are actively engaged in hunting down anyone who isn't sufficiently anti-Destiny, and then you start making these arguments, that is a different thing than just making these arguments in a more intellectual space without this background.
Wait, that's DGG. So what you're doing right now is justifying doxing everybody in DGG.
Who has DGG doxed?
Wait, what? Okay. What do you mean?
Okay, I understand that Destiny.
I love how they have to ask that question. Oh, wait, what do you mean? That was a plain English question, motherfucker. He's racking his brain or he's getting talking points right now when he asks a question like that. So it's a delay tactic.
He's admitted it. But
so when he doxed people, you think they've done nothing with that information? Hold on, and not only that.
Hold on, what have they done? You say, do I think they've done nothing with that information? What have they done?
Hold on, didn't someone go to Rouse? Actually, I know. People have said, I can't verify.
He was about to bring up the Ryle Darius going to, I think it was like a neighbor's house or whatever bullshit, and they were acting like he actually went to this dude's house. They're trying to bring that up.
This, of course, just like Destiny can't verify that people are like swatting his community or whatever. But I
can't verify that I'm getting swatted.
I know people have said that they've had their employers called. They've had people throw shit at their house. They've had their family fucked with on Facebook.
Like, give me a fucking break, bro. This is all a fucking lie. Like, who's saying this? Who? Names? Screenshots? Who? Who's actually complaining about this?
People have said this in JSOC's community because Destiny has said that anybody in JSOC server is fair game. Anybody. So when you say shit like this, you're putting all those people at risk. Okay, this is my problem. Right? So when Destiny makes claims like this, do you ask him for evidence that people are going to have
yes,
yeah, thank you. Jesus Christ, thank you.
Provided me evidence.
Oh, I was watching this. I tuned in. I think I remember this part. I tuned in earlier. Oh my God. I think nobody's streaming from this end. We missed this for the most retarded one guy of all of human history.
Do you ask him for evidence that people are going to have this community?
Yes, and he provided me evidence.
Hey, Melcanth. Crazy to think Tiny's kids and wife are fair game. Fucking retarded. Connor, time to find another Warhammer creator. You're genuinely too stupid for politics. You still haven't understood descriptive versus prescriptive. We've gone over it 3 times. Go find something else to do. You are genuinely too fucking dumb for online politics. Fuck off.
Evidence,
I agree.
in 4K with citations and all these sources for anything that goes against your argument. But when anyone says anything that agrees with your argument, you're simply, oh, okay, well, I just believe you. Right?
I agree with that.
That's just not a standard that we should set. So again, I have been provided evidence. Again, I was neutral before on this because I didn't fucking know. I am no longer neutral because I've seen evidence. I asked for evidence. I was provided evidence. So now I'm asking you, can you provide me evidence that anyone in the DGG space has harassed, called the employers of, threw shit at these people's houses, anything? And I will give you
here's what I'm talking about.
I'll do this. I'll give you the same deal I gave Destiny. I will not reveal that evidence. All you have to do is show me personally, and I can say, oh shit, yes, and then I won't share it. I won't show it. I will just stake my honor and reputation and say, oh yes, I saw this, and I can confirm. I think
so. To be clear,
I think that's normal.
Right? I'd like to respond. So to be clear, what Destiny showed you isn't just evidence of somebody posting that filing thing, right? It was evidence of people being swatted, harassed at home, their employers called, their family members fucked with on Facebook. It was that kind of evidence.
None of this that he's claiming has happened because nobody's ever. I think they just started making these claims like a few days ago because they're like, fuck, we gotta like ramp it up, and so now they've just like brought all this shit out, but none of this is true.
Hold on, he said that I was doxxed or people were doxxed, and then he showed me that I was doxxed. That was his claim, and then he backed up his claim. I don't think he claimed that any of us were being swatted, did he?
Yeah, he's claimed that his community was being targeted. Anybody in his community, anybody close to him was being targeted, fucked with in real life. Yeah.
See how Whick asked a clear and concise question there, and how Dooby did it's the self-soothing psychological weak mechanism when you realize you're cornered, and it's like, Destiny didn't say this, did he? Yeah, he did say a completely different thing that wasn't at all what Whick just asked, because he's like, he has to do it's a what is it called, self-soothing, because if you just like talk, you feel better about it.
Yes, he has done that.
I've been targeted, and he showed me the evidence of me being targeted because they got my docs.
Okay, but Whick, this is why this new like stance you have right now doesn't make any sense, because I can show you right now. Please let me get there. I can show you right now. Destiny and DGG posting people's docs information. So I tell you, hey, he's docs.
Like what about all the, you said real life harassment thrown at their house? Any of this stuff? Nobody. Nothing. There's nothing. It's all bullshit.
People, his community is docs people. I can show you that. And then hold on. What I'm asking is, when that happens, Whick, will you then switch sides again? Will you then go from like?
Now he's hopping back to the other thing. Yeah.
I have seen evidence that Destiny is docs people. What I'm asking now is, has DGG?
Sorry, my wife is talking to me for a second.
Yeah, I understand. J-Stock's giving him his orders right now in the DMs.
Unironically?
Furiously typing.
Maybe. He's getting the evidence right now for the next own.
I fucking muted in order to tell chatter to go fuck themselves, and now they're bitching about it. But it did result in $100 from Zonia. Love you, Zonia. But if y'all keep bitching about it again, I'll literally fucking mute him again. Sick of this shit. Fucking
Damn.
BGG's filled with fucking S-slurs, dude.
Jeez.
Yeah, sorry, I'm back. So if those people who made those claims, right, that they've been fucked with, family's been fucked with, if they feel comfortable sending me that information, I will make sure your info scrubbed and show Whick. Okay.
Then
I can verify these
then I
claims.
will confirm that I've been seeing that information. And there,
I can verify these
then,
claims.
Yes, then I can confirm what you were saying.
Yeah.
Yes.
So because I can verify these claims on either side, right? Obviously.
Why would Dooby, Dooby, you're not allowed to say that you verify them. You have no credibility. You've been caught lying multiple times about stuff that now Whick has been directly presented evidence of. So I don't know why Dooby would just say, well, trust me on this. Why? You've already lied about it in the past.
People who've been fucked with in that way typically don't want to show it, right? Which is totally reasonable.
Oh my
God.
I want to show you guys the evidence I've been providing.
Totally
I get
reasonable.
it, yes.
It's totally reasonable. So my issue is that I think that the entire environment is fucked, right? And because I think Destiny and others, to be clear, has contributed to making this environment.
I'm the only named person, Dooby. This fucking loser.
People feel way more comfortable openly calling for people to be doxxed, openly doxing people, and doing all this shit for the last fucking over a year now. More of the shit is going to happen, and it needs to stop. This is why we need to pull back the red line. And just really quickly,
I agree.
Wait,
with this.
really quick.
Hold on,
Please,
stop,
God.
please.
Go.
Please. I agree with the argument in any other context by any other source. Then it would be a fine argument. But the problem is you are making this argument in order to, right, kind of place blame on DGG and Destiny and excuse the blame from the other side. That's what's happening right now. And so when you're saying that this needs to stop, I agree. But in order for it to stop, the people who have instigated this, who I've seen evidence that that's the case, need to stop. And once they stop, then the onus is on Destiny to also stop. And if Destiny does not stop, then I switch sides.
True.
Then
Yeah.
I switch
So wait.
sides.
True.
But until
True.
that happens,
True.
like this can't. It's like when Russia invaded Ukraine, the war could end if Russia fucking leaves.
Okay.
They could
So
end the war right now.
Okay. So wait, real quick. So my understanding.
Okay, another pivot into totally irrelevant shit.
Is that the screenshot you were shown was from September. Destiny had already called for me to be doxxed before September. He'd already been saying that anybody in JSO's community is
There we
fair
go.
game before
New one.
September. So
100% he got this talking about, by the way. That they're trying to give him, they're all typing, because there's always like 3 or 4 servers active at any point in time that are typing to people that are doing these arguments, because all of them are watching. That's why you see them donating in here sometimes. That's why you see them talking in here sometimes. I saw some people arguing about whether or not the girl was 17 or whatever. It's always, they've always got all their people like working at this.
So if you're saying that you were doxxed after that, right? If your information was posted after that, I think this is maybe a result of him normalizing his behavior. Now, to be clear, to be fair to Destiny, he's been doxxed for years. People have been after him for fucking years, from Kiwi farms to other communities, and I think this is a risk you run as a political streamer, of course, right? There's some people who hate what you say so much, they're gonna try to take you down, they're gonna try to attack you. So to be fair to Destiny, it might be difficult for him to separate that kind of doxing, that shit that's been happening to him for years, from this new snarkers or criticism people who are attacking him. So I feel like he's like blurred the lines there. And now it's like, okay, because these people have always attacked me, and these attacks are still happening, and now these other people are criticizing me. The people criticizing me are just like the people who have always been doxing me in my community. And I think those lines need to be blurred.
Was specifically in time. I'm just gonna believe you. I'd have to go back and
Yeah, I can show you. I can send you a video if you'd like to show.
But just to get my argument, how like if it's happened to me, it's probably also happening to others, and I know it's happening to others because other people like Stardust have told me it's happening to them and has happened to them.
Yeah.
Stardust DM'd me and said I could use her name specifically, but it's not just her. To be clear, there are others who have DM'd me, who have talked to me about it, and we've had discussions, right? If it happened to me, it's probably happening to others. It is happening to others. So simply because mine happened then does not mean that others have not happened earlier. And again, I'm more inclined now to believe Destiny's side of the argument because A, he has provided me evidence, and B, he has been shown to be correct in a claim when the people against him were shown to be either A, lying, or B, in the most charitable interpretation, just grossly negligently wrong.
Over and over and over and over and over again.
Okay, so Whick, I'll ask you. I have a direct
what's wrong with anything I just said? What is incorrect?
Nothing,
what is
nothing,
something
but
that is unreasonable about anything that I just said?
Yeah, so nothing, which is why I have some evidence for you that I'd like you to look at. Okay, let me just make sure that this is blurred out properly.
Oh, evidence.
So are you aware of JSOC participating in doxing or encouraging doxing of Destiny or anybody else before actually ever?
Oh, it's just going to be me doxing people again. Like, this is it. This is like the only thing that they have to run back to over and over and over and over again.
But let's say before January 1st, 2026.
I am not personally aware. I've not seen JStock's name specifically in any of the evidence that I have seen. But again, it's a credibility thing. Before, I was entirely neutral and somewhat skeptical of these claims by Destiny because we had 2 competing claims. One was, but now one has been proven to be, one interlocutor had been proven to be more truthful than the other. And so, hey, this guy has told the truth in this case. The other guy has lied. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to be all the time, right? But I am much more willing to give credit to say, oh, if he was right in this case, he might be right in this case. So I'm now still waiting for direct evidence, but I'm more open to be like, oh, okay, he's probably telling the truth here.
Yeah, so this is a member of Destiny's community. Last year, August of last year, doxing JSOC. And I'll send it to you right now, really quickly. I've erased his name, so I don't want that to be public, obviously. Second.
Take your time, man. If you don't feel comfortable doing this live, we can do this
No, it's okay. I just sent it to you.
Another good question to ask too, in regards to all of this, even if you don't have an answer, just to have it on the record, is like, why is Destiny wanting these people revealed? Why does Destiny want people to know who these people are? Because that's where you get the funny. It's like, well, I don't know. I think it's just because they criticized him. Okay, Chief.
I just want to make sure it's fully covered. So apparently that's been deleted, but that was up for a year apparently, and Mr. Moon was just messaged about it today.
Okay, give me a sec to look.
Sure.
That was up for a year, but it's been deleted. What was this on the subreddit? Oh, is it going to be a fat pic of Justical in a beanie?
And that blanked out portion has his full name and then like hashtags in the JSON or brackets.
And well, the time. I wish you hadn't blurred out the date here. So the claim here is that this was up for a year.
Yeah. So if you look at the bottom of the image, it's an Axe tweet from August 14th, 2025.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm not aware of JSOC ever doxing Destiny or encouraging doxing. Definitely not now, but definitely not back then. So if the JSOC's claim is, hey, this guy's been trying to get people to dox me for a fucking year, and I haven't done that to him, well, now that I can see that, right? Or at least his community has done that to him for the last year, and I think that's been further normalized by Destiny's behavior in the last year and a half or so.
Hold on, I'm reading this. Give me a second. I don't want to show it or reveal it or anything. I'm trying to understand this.
That's fine.
So
I'll just send a shit ton more. So yeah. So again, my claim is that with that specific thing, it's just that I've never heard of JSOC doxing him or anybody else. That JSOC claims or being involved with any of it, right, or encouraging it. That's from last year, from August of last year. Somebody in Destiny's community doxing
shows that person
said that was
then yeah, be doxed. So
doing that, and people who are doing that.
Fine. But that was enough. Then yes, in that case, with that specific person, yes, that person did dox that other person. The other claim that's being made though is that these people are coming to their house, calling their family, calling their friends, all these things.
Yeah.
You have evidence of that.
No, not right now. But I haven't seen any of the evidence of that from the DGG side. And to be clear, no matter who's fucking doing it, it's all bad. Nobody should be doing that. And people who are doing that, or spotting people, whatever, should be prosecuted. That's fucking disgusting. So, which is my claim, like overall claim is this is the environment that currently exists and it's being normalized by Destiny, definitely. Maybe by JSOC. I haven't seen evidence of that.
It's fucking disgusting.
But definitely Destiny, and it needs to stop. Like, so Whick, you're saying that I'm like self-justifying going after his kid, right? I don't agree with that. I think I'm just describing reality, and if that's just self-justification, okay. But Destiny was on here justifying doxing people for talking about their credentials in relation to stream topics. That's fucking crazy.
That's it. Yes, that's it, by the way. That was it. Good summary. True.
I don't agree with Destiny.
I understand you don't agree with that.
Topic. Yes, but
I understand you don't agree with that. But I'm saying that, like,
if your argument is that Destiny has behaved badly in certain ways and immorally in certain ways, I would agree with you.
You shouldn't even grant this. You really shouldn't. But I can't ask for any actual fucking defenders that can do anything more than the most tepid fucking defenses of me being a human being. But Justical and all them, you cannot. I'm sorry. You can't make your entire fucking life literally personally intervening in my real life fucking court cases and dramas and ruining the lives of other people around me just because you are so horny to get to me, and then make this claim of like, well, I should be anonymous. No, fuck you. I'm sorry. Fuck that.
Problem here is there are two competing claims on who is instigating this and who is doing it more. And from the evidence I have seen, it is absolutely
okay. Fuck. I have to do shit. Hold on. There's two more of these parts I should watch or whatever. What is this?
Okay.
Sounds like a fucking Blue Yeti. No problems on my end. So, what I started this morning stream with...
You want me to watch myself? I need you to react to these two segments, even if you're AFK. I hate you. I'm not watching myself. Can't you just put these on the thing?
Is the reasonable ask that I heard you articulate that I'm okay with is, do not allow snarkers into your community to endlessly talk shit about me, or I will no longer associate, fraternize, debate, or talk with you. Which I think that's reasonable because we haven't done that. We don't have 6-hour anti-Destiny hate rallies in our VC or text thing. And so if you prohibit it from that...
Wait a second, can I ask a quick question on this just to check?
Do you think that holding liberal values is a factor in why you alone are consistently expected to be the bigger man to a frequently unreasonable degree in both your personal and political life? I think the personal and political are tied together here, but yeah, because of the whole, like, it's the weird, like, the right and the left, like the far right and the far left, want to destroy kind of like these like central establishment things. And so all of the shit revolves around this, right? Like, you will never find these snarker type people going after conservatives ever. For some reason, it just never happens, you know? Well, unless they can tie it directly to their mommy and daddy on their side. So like Tectone is a person they go after because he made videos on Hassan. Like, that's it.
Check.
Absolutely. Go ahead.
And I'm asking from a total place of ignorance. So if I were to go around and ask, there has not a single time in the past 6 months been a 1+ hour voice call with Dooby in here talking about how I'm a pedophile or anything. That would be true.
I would have to. Actually, I don't think I've ever called you a pedophile. Wait, no, I think I did once as a meme. But I think
Dooby, shut the fuck up.
Okay.
Let's correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think we've ever had the conversation.
Let's try to play nice just so we can get through the substance, and then if we want to be mean after the substance...
How long do I have to listen to myself for?
So then we can be mean after the substance. To my knowledge...
Has Dooby ever VC'd in here at all?
I think he's VC'd in here.
Yeah, a few times.
And I've never been a subject to that conversation if I were to run around and ask people. I've never been a thing that he's been in. Nobody's ever been in here, for instance, and I've been brought up, and then somebody's like, we need to get Dooby here to talk about Destiny.
You would have to talk to...
Can I answer?
No,
I don't care.
There's a
I don't care
few
what you're
ways.
say, Dooby. I'm asking you, Connor.
Yes,
if I were to ask your server, if I were to do a poll at your server, none of these people would say, "Oh no, we've never heard somebody say, quick, grab Dooby. Destiny is the topic of the conversation for Dooby to come in and do all of the ordinary smears, right?"
I would.
Hold on, just as a thing. They go after Tecton because he was sexually abusive, not because of the Hassan comments. You're completely, totally mind fucked. You're totally wrong. They don't give a fuck about that. They're never gonna fuck about that. It's because of the Hassan stuff.
I would appreciate 30 seconds to answer. To my knowledge, the answer is no.
Sushi, thank you for the 20 gifted tier 1 subs, buddy.
The people that I would ask if this had ever happened in the past 6 months are Taze, who's my former editor and former chief mod, Fellrunner, who's my current chief mod, and I would ask them if they'd ever seen it.
Never mind, I can stitch this. Okay, based. What is this? Is it me again?
Person who runs a fucking
Fuck no, I can't do it.
panel? You run Discord panels.
I do, and so you should know these things, but I'm also horrible at tech. Okay, Destiny.
Yeah, just real quick. Dooby, why were you denying a few nights ago that Whick was doxxed in that server by somebody posting his
I
docs?
wasn't. Wick, you can verify this. What I
Wick,
said to you in
by
DM.
the way, Wick, can you check your DMs and verify what I just said? Does it look like I'm lying about the characterization of those messages?
Give me a second. Yeah, you said most of the claims in that stream were for what? I don't think any of these people are doctors or
I
whatever.
don't want to read this guy's messages because I didn't want to know who it was because through DMs, but no, I guess it doesn't matter. For Emeroni, welcome to the 20 gifted tier 1 subbers, buddy. I love you.
I'm in that Snark Left server. It's absolutely not a doxing server.
I never read them out loud, but yeah, now Dooby will. This guy's fucked. But yeah, so Dooby, you were.
What are you talking about? I just repeated all that. When I was there, I didn't say any of that shit. And when you guys made the claims with it, I DM'd Wick. Didn't I DM you?
No.
Didn't I DM you the moment that they said this?
Okay, so
that last message is that one user was banned. It was from the PV filing last September that Hassan showed on stream. Where isn't that what you said, Dooby? Was that what was posted in that server?
That's my current understanding. Yes, and I totally
mean. No.
To be clear, what I saw was not the PV docs.
Oh, then I don't know. So again,
hey,
my
Crazy. Hey, wait, hold on. We get Connor in here to talk
about.
Stop
talking. Let me respond to it. Oh my god, please. Please stop
What I
talking.
saw was not.
Please stop talking.
Now, it's very likely that they got it from there.
I'm still upset that you called me fucking fat, even though you don't lift weights. I'm still upset about that.
So wait, again, I haven't seen it. So I obviously haven't seen the image. I know that it was like I know which user it was. I don't know if I'm going to say that. But this is according to them. I haven't seen any of it, right? So like, but you can verify that when they said this, I messaged
why the fuck are you defending it?
Hold on, what I was defending is what I've seen. Wait, hold on. So Destiny, can you tell me right now?
This is like the most obvious adult like destroyer for this conversation. You have no business defending this. All of these people that have come out to defend this and now have been shown that they're incorrect and saying there was no docs in there. All of these people were willing to lend their credibility, and then afterwards said, "Well, I didn't know. I had no idea it was posted there. It's just my own behavior." It's like, why?
Destiny, can you tell me right now that nobody has ever posted doc shit in your server?
I wouldn't defend it if somebody had.
Hold on, what I was defending is what I've seen the server to be and what I've seen allowed in the server. I have not seen this allowed in the server. It is not a doxing server. It is a fucking clipping server. So it's true that about a year ago, someone posted something that they shouldn't have. I don't agree with that.
Keep filibustering.
You're interrupting while I'm trying to fucking respond to you, dumb bitch. Let me respond, and then you can go on your fucking manic rant again. It's fine.
Go for it, Dooby. Keep going, Dooby.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Okay. Wick, just to be clear, that's what Dooby said
Here
was
again.
wrong.
Wick, please verify what I said.
That's all I want.
Can we go one at a time?
Stop. You both names start with E. Destiny is correct that what you said in those things was incorrect. It was wrong. It was wrong. Now, I will agree with Dooby. When it happened on stream, Dooby did DM me and said, "I would never dox you. If you show me it, I will."
You should never give people credit for this. This is so stupid. I don't know why people do this, right? Like, well, he did admit to it that this thing happened. When? After I publicly outed it when they'd been spending months and months denying it? Like, wow. Applause, please.
Find the people who did it and get it removed and all that.
And then Wick, I understand, even you, Wick, and I love you. I know you're all mind raped, and I blame myself for this largely, okay? But Dooby, or I'm sorry, Wick, you understand that when he says that, he's just trying to find the leak, right? When he goes through and he says, Wick, if you tell me exactly where that came from, because you see how all these guys have been swerving around.
I have spent the whole time saying that I am much more likely to believe you because you told me the truth.
I understand. They keep calling you manic, well, because they're trying to explain me as being out of control. But the reality is that for the last week and a half, this is probably the most pressure that these communities have felt, period. This is why a whole bunch of people got doxxed on Kiwi Farms. This is why Gisticle, who used to not cover me at all on his stream directly for months, even the court filings he didn't want to cover, is now talking about me every single night. He might be streaming about me right now, actually. I'm not sure. Because now they realize that for the first time ever, after the leaks went to Lonerbox and Hutch, now they're feeling a lot of pressure on their end, and generally they just always have, oh yeah, he's watching right now, generally they always felt like they had narrative control because I can't say anything because I'm not going to leak a whole bunch of shit and because nobody else really knew how fucking crazy and schizo all this shit was. But like now that this has come out more, now there's like way more pressure on them to respond to things, so they're trying to say, oh, Destiny's manic, he's being crazy, oh my god, with the goal of making me not talk about this anymore because it's obviously it's really bad for them as more and more of this comes out. Yeah.
Doobie lied to me.
I know,
Or
I'm
was
just saying that
wrong. One
when
of the
Dooby
two.
says
Yes.
that, they're just trying to find the leak,
I
right?
understand.
That's ridiculous. That is
For
ridiculous.
Dooby, for the lie that Dooby is trying to spin right now in person, and again, the reason why most of these pedophile fucks won't talk to me is because they can't spin these lies in person because they're lying so much. What Dooby just said was he didn't know what it was exactly. Now, I think personally, I think that would be fair. That's not what Dooby said in that DM though, was it? Dooby didn't say, well, I don't know what was posted. I don't know. Doobie lied and said that was just when Hassan posted his PV stuff, blah blah blah. How the fuck would he even know that unless he's seen something himself? True. And if he hadn't
Damn,
seen
this
the
guy's spitting. Oh my god.
actual docs, which Whick, you yourself say he hasn't, it means he got the talking point mentally fucked into his small fucking brain.
True. This guy's spitting.
By Distical or
Never mind. Okay, I do want to listen to myself.
Wild Kitten House or fucking any of these other fucking losers. That's exactly what happened.
Okay, so
I just want to be clear. What I said was what I saw was not the PV docs. And yes, in the DMs I was sent, or the messages I was sent, I don't know if they're DMs, Doobie did say that it was a PV docs. Now, whether he lied or he was just grossly wrong, I can't speak to that.
Yeah.
Where
okay.
did you get the idea that it was the PV docs?
Let me respond. That's fine. So, Whick, to be clear, when I messed this up, so Whick, when they said this to you, I asked you what it was, where it was, or who said it, so that I could try to find
This is a Philip. He's just asking, but this is all pointless.
their history on the server to figure out if it was in there, if the user was in there, etc. Right? Or if I think I asked you what server it was in, because we know that the leaks quote unquote come from that server. That's fine.
Why did you say it was the PV docs? Why did you say it was the PV docs?
Because that's what I thought. I'm not aware of any docs. Please stop talking. Stop talking. I can tell you why. Okay. Because my understanding is that that's the only time Wick's information has ever been put out. I'm not aware of any docs any other time ever. So when when I was told,
you decided to put your reputation out there and run the largest
more random shit.
Discord on the internet.
Please stop talking.
More random shit.
I know you're really afraid of what I'm going to say. Please stop talking. I'm not listening to anything you're saying right now. I'm just waiting for you to ramble on, and then I'm going to respond to Wick. I'm not going to listen to any of this random shit that you're fucking saying right now.
Keep rambling. Keep rambling.
Okay, thank you. So Wick, what I think with the wording, Wick, and Wick, I'm totally fine with you showing those DMs, like if you want to, like so you can see people can see exactly what I fucking said, right? So or any of our DMs, like I don't have anything to hide in there. So so what I said is I haven't seen them post anything near doxing there. When you come up, it's typically memes about eating noodles or some shit. I wouldn't tolerate people doxing you. And then I said, just figured out where it came from if you want to know. Right?
I don't know if I have. I'm sure I have these saved somewhere. But no, when they talked about Wick, always it was relentlessly shitting on the way that he looks, shitting on stuff having to do with his teeth, shitting on stuff having like they just relentless shitting on. So it's funny for Dooby here to be like, oh no, we just talked about you eating noodles. That's not true at all.
Because at that point they were talking about it in the server and they figured out that it was like posted in last September, right? And I thought it was a PV docs. That's what I thought. But they didn't. When they found it, they didn't post it. They just banned the person that did it, right? When they found it, they didn't post it. They just banned the person that did it. My understanding was it was that.
So but Doobie, you understand that Destiny's argument is that you were doing this in order to kind of triangulate who is leaking these things.
So this is why that doesn't make sense. I know it's stupid, but this is one of why it doesn't make sense. So if I take a screenshot of a Discord server and then send it to you, unless my username is in the side chat or I'm replying to something, how the fuck are we gonna know which user that came from?
Then why are you saying it was a PV docs if you had no fucking idea?
Yes.
I just told you.
Hey, everybody shut the fuck up. So I'm going to make this point with Destiny here because Destiny says, well, maybe Connor's kids could get doxxed based off of this rationale.
Whoa, I was only
I
being
haven't
descriptive,
doxed
not
anyone.
prescriptive. I know, but I was just being descriptive, not prescriptive, Connor.
Okay, but I haven't
Right?
doxed anyone, have
I know, but I was just being descriptive, not prescriptive.
What are you being descriptive about, Destiny? Go ahead.
I'm just saying that you're creating an environment that could facilitate harassment towards unrelated third parties. By
But I'm not
having
for
somebody
this
here-
environment. I've criticized this
I didn't say you
environment.
were.
I'm criticizing
You
you
were
for helping to
describing
foster
it.
this environment.
I know that you're not for. You were just describing it, and I'm just describing your description. That's it.
Correct.
Hold
on.
But
you are actively
I
engaged
should
in
have cloned myself. I'm gonna fuck myself tonight and clone myself and send myself in all these discords to argue.
doxing people. We know that those people and their families could get hurt as a result of those reactions if you're not fucking retarded. And I'm criticizing you for doing that. So am I not trying to get away from that environment?
No, you fucking retard. What a stupid... If you were trying to get away from it, you would probably disassociate yourself completely from all these people if you were a good faith actor. But seeing as how this guy has anally fucked you with $5,000 over the past 6 months, I don't know what your incentive is right now. It's really fucking weird, by the way, that I'm arguing with two people that this weirdo on disability, child porn consuming dipshit is literally funding. It's kind of a strange fucking argument.
Hold on. Let's go ahead and do this.
That was a mean kind of shot, I guess, at Wick. But I mean, like, that is true. It is a very weird dynamic that, like, Dooby was literally paying both of these dudes, and now I'm in here arguing about him. Not to say that I don't think Wick is influenced by money. I actually don't even think Connor's influenced by money. I think Connor's more influenced by the bullying of, like, you're a Destiny drone, to be honest.
This isn't your show, Wick. Shut the fuck up.
But I will say, if I was donating money to either of these guys, you better believe that would be posted over and over and over and over and over again.
Connor, if you don't want to be associated with it, you wouldn't be associated with it.
No, hold on. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's see if you're capable of being honest. 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 Can you steel man why Dooby said that he used child abuse material? Can you articulate it without trying to castigate him as a pedophile?
Have you seen the movie Casino?
I asked you a question.
I'll answer if you answer that question.
Yes, I've seen Casino and I love it.
I would rather put my balls in the vice that they used to pop that dude's eyes out of his head and crush them than steelman anything this pedophile, harassing, hate-logging stalker fuck has ever done. No, I'm not going to steelman any of their perspectives. I'm not being a
You jerked off to see someone held onto it for a year. Like, what the fuck are you calling a pedophile?
Yeah,
what are you talking about?
Nope.
Like, dude, you jerked off to see someone and held onto it for a year. Like, how? Why? Where do you think I've been?
I like that he's more honest here right now at the end. Also, now that I've good one.
Anybody fucking pedophile?
I already kicked him.
What do you say?
Okay. Man, I can't wait to be here tomorrow at 1 p.m. EST.
And I don't like it because COG does not act the way certain people who hang out in COG and talk to Coggers and donate to Connor, it doesn't mean that Cog acts this way. We do not act this way, okay? Despite whatever officer thinks about North and his actions, Cog does not A-log, Cog does not track people, Cog does not sit there gossiping about the personal details of anybody. That's not how Cog operates. So I'm highly insulted that anyone would suggest that we would let Dooby or anyone like Dooby come into Cog and hang out and talk shit about anybody or any country without being challenged to his fucking face, which we do on a regular basis. You can go into our Discord. It's all there, okay? Check it out. You guys can attest whether or not we host Dooby and whether or not we host snarker, gene stealer cult fucking rallies in COG, because we don't. And I'm offended by the very fucking idea. And that's it. That was all I wanted to say about COG. That's all I wanted to say to Dooby about COG. Yes, sir, go ahead.
So what I was going to say is, and this is true of Whick server, but it's also true of Counter server, right? There's this press that I'm in the voice channels preaching at people all day. It's just not true. In fact, you're one of the people that I communicate most with in a Counter server, and we're always arguing about shit. And it's rarely about Destiny. It has to do with like Israel primarily, right? And I still need to respond to you about the fucking South Lebanon thing. So I'm not we're not preaching in there. I'm not in there like, oh god, guys, didn't know Destiny's so evil, and everybody like agrees with me. Like I talk about it when it comes up, sure, but we're usually talking about other shit. He's not that interesting to me, really. He's a fucking creep on the internet displaying it though. So, like,
I would say that you've proven to everybody that's not true based on your donation records. I think it's clear that you've donated to Connor to shit talk Destiny and his court case out of turn for no fucking reason because Connor was covering the drama one time. I think that's unhinged. I think that's anti-grill hottest behavior. I think it's antithetical to the COG. And you're free to do it because you're a fucking free human being. This is a free fucking country. You know what I mean? There's a balance to this.
Who is this fucking king?
And I think COG can remain balanced here. I think that we shouldn't sit here letting Dooby run
That's one of Connor's mods
on claiming innocence because no one can produce a smoking gun to defeat him. As if Al Capone got taken down by the smokingest of guns for his worst crimes that he was accused of. That's
we would even take tax evasion. Do you have tax evasion? Like, we can't prove.
Listen, Connor, look at the meme. We are the meme of the smoking child. We are the smoking child. Okay? We are not the girls. We're not fighting. We're not in the dirt. We're the smoking child. We don't really need to care if Dooby has proof of any of his bullshit, and we don't really need to care if Destiny can prove any of his bullshit. What we need to do is judge these people based on their actions and how anti-grill hottest they are, and whether or not they are dragging COG's name through the fucking mud with their anti-grill hottest activity. I'm ready to ban Dooby on principle alone based on his own behavior towards people in my community, towards people in Kalinda's community. I've had plenty of private people accuse Dooby of plenty of things. I can't prove any of it. So I'm not going to sit here wasting time trying to prove that Dooby's a bad person. I'm just going to base it on the reputation the man has grown himself over the last however many fucking years. If I could challenge Dooby to anything right now, just off of all the most wildest accusations I've heard of him, I would ask him, Dooby, have you ever been a member of the Atomwaffen Discord at any time in your life? And if the answer is yes, then I fucking will ban you because the Atomwaffen Discord is a fucking hate group.
You need to listen.
That's
you need to listen.
That's my I don't care if you're Batman.
We need to, number one.
That's my personal opinion. I'm not going to go against Connor.
Hold up.
I'm not going to ban Dooby until Connor tells me to, but that's my personal opinion.
That's
what I'm saying. We should judge grill hottest and how they act.
True.
We should judge people based on the grill hottest.
I would like an opportunity to
clarify the Atomwaffen Discord thing?
So, I'm probably going to say it for you in a second. So, Destiny wants to do a three-way, me and Dooby, and Destiny.
Wait, I was a consistent poster in your subreddit. A random person DM'd me one day warning that there was a group of people trying to dox me. A few weeks later, my account got permitted for no reason. If that's true, you should email me with screenshots of that.
Destiny. So we're probably going to move to that if Dooby's okay with it. Love you, Fel. But and you can stay out for this explanation as well. Infiltrating Atomwaffen, joining it, LARPing as a Nazi, and then turning over the records to law enforcement is not the same as being fucking Atomwaffen. I think it's vigilante behavior that's risky and stupid, but I think that Dooby would even admit to that. But I'm not going to treat somebody who tries to infiltrate hate groups to report them to law enforcement the same as a member of being a part of that hate group.
Yeah, that's exactly what I...
Who is doing that? Dooby claims, and these retards, I don't know how Connor does this. He supposedly was a cop. I don't know how he buys into his bullshit. Dooby claims that he goes into Nazi spaces and that he goes into pedophile spaces or whatever and gets like Nazi shit and child porn and everything and then runs to the FBI to turn it in. I'm not even joking. I wish I could tell you. Fuck, I don't have time to play this right now. But like, unironically, like these are the stories that he's telling every day on these Discord servers. It's fucking crazy. It's unbelievable that he says this shit. It's wild.
To report them to law enforcement, the same as a member of being a part of that hate group.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did. They were trying to dox my
mom. So anyway, listen to what I just want to say. Listen, I just want to point this out. Everything Dooby says, he cannot exactly prove in any of the same way that we can't prove that he's a bad guy.
Fuck me, dude. I don't have time. I need to leave.
The reason I did this...
Where's...
My life, I understand.
So back to the Destiny stuff. So the reason I brought all that up, right? I think what SEPA was trying to do, and in SEPA's case, we know that Destiny shared these news without consent. We know there are multiple victims of this. We know this...
No, wait, fuck this. Fuck, no, wait. Where's his talking about his heroic child porn adventures? Fuck. I have like 4 million things linked to me.
Girl was involved in some way, and that she was...
It's 100% bullshit. The FBI would tell him to stop, and I know that for a fact. I can get an FBI. Yeah, no, yeah. But just as a heads up, in case anybody gets mind fucked in here, the FBI will never tell you to infiltrate child porn groups and collect child porn to turn it to the FBI. It's fucking like my ops are literally Nazi pedophiles, bro. Kill me.
The reason I did this, and I've done this a lot actually over the years,
I've done this
is
a
because
lot.
these people were,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
no, lots of were
attacking you.
No,
Yeah.
no, lots of people attack. I don't give a fuck. They were groomers. I caught them trying to groom children, trying to convince like 13-year-olds to run away with them, extorting kids with their nudes, trying to convince them to kill themselves, like all kinds of crazy shit, right? Plotting terrorist attacks in the UK, all kinds of crazy shit, right? And those people, yes, I did dox them. There's a guy I caught like 5 times trying to dox minors on my server, and I'd reported to the FBI, and they would never fucking do anything about it. It was fucking irritating. So eventually, I found it myself, right? I doxed myself, and I got involved.
What is this audio?
I gathered all the information, all the logs, and I went to the cybercrimes unit, and I turned it on like, hey, here's this fucking guy, here's all of his information, here's all the evidence, here's his IP, here's everything. And then finally, let's say something about it, they arrested him, right? But it took me doing this 5 times. It's fucking driving me nuts. So
5 times.
it was like
a pedophile stalking and trying to rape children in a server 5 times. Just one guy. He says he's done this a ton, by the way.
so yeah, do you think that's wrong for me to get that involved in an online thing and to find people's information like that?
It speaks to you as being like terminally online. I'll be like, you did a good thing, you did the right thing. But it's
Wait,
just
what?
it's still where it's just like holy crap, like this.
Well, it's happening in your server though, so it makes sense because if you're just
it makes it makes way more sense because it's on your server. Like you're moderating it. It's just it's someone with this like clear like conviction or I don't know. Like it's like kind of like a vigilantism and stuff like that. It's like maybe you're doing a good thing, but at the same time, it doesn't speak to the sanity of your own character a little bit.
I don't understand. Do you think it's more sane
I'm
to, like, I'm just trying to understand. Like, do you think it's more sane to like catch somebody trying to groom a 13-year-old and get her to run away with him, and like just ban the guy's account, which I know he can just make a new one same day, very simple, and like that's it? Like, you think that's all I should do?
I think what you do in that situation is fine. The thing is, I don't think that translates though to Destiny. Like,
no, I understand. That's why I said it's like a separate thing, it's like a sanity check. So I'm trying to understand why Lance thinks that is unusual or terminal online.
I think it would be unethical. It's more unusual behavior. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I agree. I go further than the average person. But I think the average person doesn't deal with this kind of shit.
Yes, and I don't want to be surrounded with people with like that probably feel like they are doing a good thing, but will go to unhinged links and will do.
Is there more to this? In our conversation, he was saying some crazy shit.
Go to unhinged links to accomplish their like goal or
then
do their justice.
Okay,
Because
so
it can blow
the
back.
implications are that it's unhinged to like track down a groomer and turn over to the FBI.
You were right. You turned it in, and if you did it, it's awesome. You did utilitarianly like a good thing, I guess. But at the same time, like this can backfire so bad and do so much harm if you get it wrong. And so I wouldn't want to trust. I wouldn't really trust people around me that were.
Just out of curiosity, what's the big backfire if he gets this wrong? He's not talking about like going on to like he's not talking about internet sleuthing where you like call somebody a fucking racist.
You can fathom a world where someone's trying to dox someone, thinking that the other person is evil and like obviously getting it wrong, but kind of fucked up and they're getting swatted.
No, because he's taking this to the authorities. He's not taking this to. He's not releasing it to people who would.
Yeah, still that's already a lot. If you're just calling the police on someone,
no, he's not. He's not calling the police on somebody. He's not fucking swatting them, dumbass. He's effectively building a case and taking it to like an agent.
These people are retarded. He's building his case. Oh my god.
How do you think swatting works? It doesn't involve an FBI agent. It involves calling like a local police station in that person's town and saying this guy's got a hostage. That's not what Dooby's doing.
Yeah, like I mean, even in cases where I think I was justified in calling like the SWAT team, right? Like a man.
You might do it really well. And you might not get it wrong, but
no, so this guy was going to do a mass shooting, for example, right? And I convinced him not to do it that night at least, and walk home on camera, and I like was able to track down his location based on the street signs while he was walking and talking to me. And I got him to put the gun in the trash can and walk inside and go to sleep. And as soon as I got off the call with him, I called the FBI. I didn't call the police and get him swatted. I called the FBI and said, hey, here's this thing that happened. Here's a recording of it. And, this is where I think he is and this kind of shit. And then like a couple days later, they called me and told me they found him and he was like some autistic kid and they got him up or whatever.
Like, do people believe this?
So, like, and you would say that even that is like terminally online and unhinged, right? Like, I think that's
would you recommend more people do what you do or try to do what you do?
If you run into somebody who's going to go talk to him, committed mass shooting, or is like grooming kids, yeah, I encourage you to go to the FBI with it for sure. And if you find information about them, to turn over to the FBI to make sure that they actually actions taken. Yeah, I encourage you to do it.
You're not being good. You're not being good. Like, you already know what I'm trying to say because I'm not tracking how you do it or what you do specifically. You could be really good at it, and that's fine. Okay, then you're just doing like a good deed or a good cause or anything like that. I'm saying like the behavior of people like doing this in general. They might be doing it with good intentions in mind, but I don't trust those people. Okay, half these people are like retarded.
I think that's what you're saying. So there have been cases that I've run into on my server actually, where people were thought somebody was a pedophile or something, or thought somebody was a groomer, and they tried to dox him, right? They tried to find the information because they thought this person was absolutely a groomer or whatever the fuck. Yeah. So if you're saying that can happen, absolutely, that can happen for sure. What I'm telling you is that if I have strong evidence that somebody's doing a thing, like I have recordings, I have lots of screenshots, I have I've gotten reminded to stream their Discord logs for me.
What? Bros, if this guy had 1/10 the attention on him as people put on me,
screenshots I have. I've gotten the miner to stream their Discord logs for me.
Like, you're going around to minors in your Discord server, asking them to stream through other Discord stuff, looking for child porn? What, like, what the fuck?
Give me access to their account so I can log in and see the messages myself. Like, if I've done all that, and I'm sure that this
you're trying to
to
justify your own stuff. I don't really care what you do.
Well, no, but the reason I'm bringing this is because you said that what I do is unhinged. And you said that getting involved to that extent is unhinged.
No, I'm calling like the behavior. I feel like people are really justified not wanting to surround themselves with people with that kind of behavior.
That's fine. But I just don't understand why you would call it like unhinged or criminal line or something. I think
because it does seem it. I think your average Joe trying to do that would feel like unhinged to like the average person.
I don't.
If they're not like an actual like a legitimate PI.
Yeah, I just don't see that. I'm sorry. Like, of course, I'm not a PI, but like, I don't think that stops me. Like, again, are you saying that what people should do when they run into like somebody who's legitimately like strong evidence this person is trying to groom a child and get that child to run away with him? You think the correct course of action is to just ban that person and that's it? Like, just move on.
Why doesn't he say, well, call the cops? But you can't do that, right? You have to build your own case.
No, you can.
I gotta make sure that they made the child. I gotta see it for myself. I gotta know that they've done it already before I can call the cops. Give me your account, minor.
Hire PI or something like that. That's
hire
fine.
PI.
You guys,
Before that
but
information,
that's not
please.
completely out of the topic either.
Yeah, I was trying to get a sanity check. I don't think you're standard to say.
No, I know because sorry. You're saying that people that kind of like do these kind of like doxings and all that stuff for like a justified means and stuff like that, or that they think it's a justified means. Let's be clear here. Is like that's perfectly reasonable, fine. That's like moral good standard behavior. A lot of people would be like,
fuck. Okay, I'm leaving after this. I gotta leave right now. I'm ready.
Another controversy that you got into a beef with Fellrunner over was specifically reporting child sex materials to law enforcement. So I mean, I could jump ahead and I could pre-sweep for you if you wanted. So.
Why are you pre-sweeping? Why would you admit pre-sweeping?
But I would say, sorry, if you want to jump on it, go ahead.
No, you go for it.
He does, but he wants to hop on it. He wants to do tricks on it.
Okay. So what I was going to say is, the instinct to report people who are engaged in the distribution of child sex abuse material, I have no fucking problems with. So as an example, and this is kind of what we did through research, and bear in mind, I'm a former law enforcement officer, and we dealt with it rarely enough that I didn't have like the procedure in my mind. But basically what we did through a little bit of research is the guidance from federal law enforcement in general, is that if it's an active hyperlink to child sex abuse material, you can go to the FBI cyber tip line, link the hyperlink, and then they'll take whatever law enforcement investigative action they will against that hyperlink. However, in the scenario, because unfortunately I did deal with a child sex abuse material pedophile ring at a certain point in my life, sometimes those people will go into forums where they effectively talk about fantasies of child sex abuse, but they won't actually engage with the cyber tip line, link the hyperlink, and then they'll take whatever law enforcement investigative action they will against that hyperlink. However, in the scenario, because unfortunately I did deal with a child sex abuse material pedophile ring at a certain point in my life, sometimes those people will go into forums where they effectively talk about fantasies of child sex abuse, but they won't actually engage in them specifically at all times. Like they won't be abusing kids or they won't be sharing pornography, but they'll go in there effectively to titillate themselves. But then they go into breakout forums where they will share abuse material with each other. And so my understanding is that the child sex crimes units of different law enforcement jurisdictions, they have the capacity to obtain video of child sex abuse and then put it into a database that then makes it like auto scrub, where effectively they have some kind of automated system that's looking through the internet for this video. And when it finds this video, it auto reports it as child sex abuse material. That way that forum can be hunted down. Now, the guidance that I saw was that you should not copy videos that are being posted and then deleted, because then you're in possession and therefore you could get in legal trouble.
True.
The recommended procedure is that you just get the forum, report what's going on in the forum to a sex crimes unit, and then you let them take it from there, because they will infiltrate that unit and then get people to
But that's not what Dooby did.
themselves and then get them incarcerated.
How's Doobie going to
So
sweep
I wanted to
for himself?
pre-sweep with you with those statements. But if you just want to talk about whatever you've done in the past and or what you thought you should do, go ahead.
Yeah, so like I said, I've been on Discord for a decade now, and unfortunately, Discord is full of groomers, pedos. I mean, if your chat is just look up 098 and 764. Actually, 764 recently split up. Not recently, in the last couple years, split off from 098. Look them up and look at what they do on Discord, on Roblox, and shit like this, right? So these are the people that I run into pretty often, unfortunately, because
How?
I do have minors on my server, right?
What are you doing where you're running into these pedo people all the time?
I think that when I was a minor, I was interested in politics. My server is not an 18+ server. We don't allow NSFW stuff to be posted. So I don't think there's an issue with allowing teens on there to talk about politics, right? I think it's fine.
Maybe they shouldn't be if they're all getting fucking child groomed and raped or whatever by all these people over and over again.
So because they're in my server, sometimes we get pedos that come in and we'll try to fuck with them. Or sometimes I'll get shit from other servers
and will try to fuck with them?
So because I know that I run the largest politics server on Discord, someone just sent me like a PDF with like a bunch of like screenshots and pictures in it of like a kid cutting so deep, like cutting through the fat layer in her skin all the way to their fucking like meat. Because some dudes like some guys extorting her, or like videos of her like eating shit because some guys extorting her with her nude, like just crazy shit, right? Like forcing these kids to kill their pets. So yeah, I run into this shit semi-often these days. During COVID, it was fucking everywhere. It was like constant. That and like suicidal people was fucking everywhere. And these communities encourage people to commit suicide. So they track down people who are vulnerable, get their news, extort them, and then try to get them to commit suicide. Like that's a goal. Just evil shit. So, yeah.
Wait, send me a screenshot of that. There's no way that's true. Elmer Fudd. They don't have a minor tag on Dooby's Discord, right?
Those cases, it is true. But yes, I have had to see them sometimes. And in cases where I was worried that it'd be like deleted, like it was a Telegram forum or something where it'd be deleted. Yeah, I took a screenshot and I included.
Like, say what you will about me. This guy is knowingly fucking saving child porn on his computer because he's a hero.
I was worried that it'd be like deleted, like it was a Telegram forum or something where it'd be deleted. Yeah, I took a screenshot and I included that screenshot or the URL or the image URL for the screenshot in the forum and all the logs and everything in the reports that I sent to the FBI, to was it NMEC, to all these like 4 or 5 different organizations, right? Including organizations in other countries. If I knew that these guys were in another country, so yeah, I know I understand that this puts me at risk. I think the risk is worth it. And so far, I mean, typically, if it's something, it's very difficult to get a lot of these agencies to move on this stuff. My experience, if all you have is like Discord messages. But when it is serious enough and I have enough to get their attention,
enough child porn. I've got this doggy style vid from like 27 different angles. Okay, trust me, you're gonna want to see this one.
I'll get a phone call. I might get an email. Once I go and give a statement, right? And I'm happy to do that. I don't obviously I want these people fucking executed actually. But if this is what I got to do, I got to put myself in some risk to get rid of them when they pop up in my community attacking my community members. I'm gonna fucking do it because fuck them. Right? So yeah, that's
I'm gonna repeat the guidance, and I'm actually going to take issue because I was supposed to watch a angry debate between you and Destiny, but frankly, they took a position that I didn't agree with early on, and so I just found that the conversation was giving me a headache. And so I'm just going to share my perspective, and I don't give a fuck what fucking gray names in my chat have to say about it. I know what I know to be true based off of my experience in law enforcement. I have 4 years in law enforcement. What the fuck do you have? And if you don't have shit, shut the fuck up, okay? So,
apparently Dooby posted, okay, I have to leave. Dooby posted this last night in his Discord server. Parents do weird, in Justul's Discord server, his parents do weird shit. My dad made me watch videos of people being tortured and shit because I was emotionally impacted by the neighbor being shot in front of me when I was a young lad. I asked him about it a few years ago, and he said it just seemed like the right move at the time. I feel like, I don't want to say anything. I'm just describing, I feel like that's, unironically, I don't care. Like this, I don't think this server should exist on Discord. I'm sorry, this is fucked up. You're telling me that the owner of this Discord server is collecting manually child porn and has a ton of child molesters that are showing up in his Discord server constantly. So many so that he's on a regular first name basis with the CP unit at the FBI, and they have a politics server with a minor tag? So if I'm a pedo, I can just go right to the server and I know exactly who I should be DMing? That's crazy. That's insane to me. What the fuck? What? And I like how they make it light, like, is it mauve? Or pink or whatever? I don't know how to pronounce it. Jesus fucking Christ, bro. Whatever. Alright, good luck. I love you all so much. Be careful. I'll be back tomorrow, 1 p.m. EST. ET, sharp. The sharpest 1 p.m. ET. Look at the last roll. Student? Wow. We're looking for those student minor tag. Jesus Christ. Here's the real meme now. Like, what is the proof that he ever contacted the FBI? Because now he's admitted to searching for and saving child porn on his computer. If there's no proof that he ever contacted the FBI with any of this, he just owns the largest politics server on Discord that has tags for minors. I don't know, bro. Well, as long as Hassan supports all of it, I guess. Jesus Christ. I don't know. Whatever. Good luck. Be careful.